Hey everybody, it's December 14th, and we're going to have a little hangout again because I haven't been able to have one in a couple of, 2 days or 3 days or whatever it was. Um, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about agnosticism a little bit. I know, it's been a while since we had
Oh,
discussions
Jesus
on
fuck.
atheism, but I want people to understand agnosticism. I mean, come to the dark side, Red, because we have
No, I
cookies and you
just
get free
had a
puppies.
fucking 2-hour conversation with Ozzy about this shit.
Well, Ozzy, yeah, but Ozzy's not a agnostic; he's an atheist. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
doesn't it
I'm
was
probably,
still
you know,
doesn't mean
I have more
doesn't mean
vested
the topic
interest in it.
wasn't there.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right,
Let me
Steve,
give Side Strike the hangout information. One sec.
Steve. Yeah, Johnny was just in Tom's hangout, kind of going over that a little bit. He's like, he's had enough of it.
Who was it?
Johnny,
Which Johnny?
his hangout. You were in his hangout last night.
Oh yeah, you mean a Krill or the other guy,
Yeah,
Phil
what was?
Philosoph?
Yeah, it was Phil and the other guy. The one that
Phil,
had the
yeah.
blue icon. Yeah, one that just was mostly quiet. As,
Um,
I
I got
think
there
his name.
late, but I enjoyed talking to Krillian. I mean, a lot of you guys know Krillian. I never really knew him. I heard the name before. It was actually uh, Deidre that actually said, "Hey, can you drop in this hangout? They might want to get your input." And they were having a fascinating discussion with General Han Solo and Joe Sonseed and Brenda. So I dropped in there, and we ended up after everybody left. We kind of talked for about another hour afterwards. It was pretty interesting. Very, very intelligent guy. And Phil is actually looking into this. He's actually going, "Yes, Steve, I actually see your point on this." So I've been tweeting a lot of people, a lot of atheists in the tweeter land, I guess you can call it, and they just
No, no, no,
haven't
no.
quite
You
understood.
you have to say, okay, so we need to see what I just twatted here.
Is that the past tense of tweet is twat?
Yes, twat.
Okay, I want to make sure I get the nomenclature now. I'm relatively new to Twitter. Only a few months. I only got on Twitter just so I can keep in touch with people that wanted to have information about when I'm having my hangouts because they keep on saying, "Oh, I keep missing your hangouts." So I've been using Twitter to tell people, "Hey, if you want to know when I'm live, then this is the best way to do it." Speaking of which, Strike.
Hey there.
Hey, so
All right.
are you in battlement with Ham still today? I noticed you guys have been going back on him today.
I, I think I covered just about everything he came out with. So
Okay. Yeah, he man, that guy's dense, just utterly dense.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. So, anyways, I just want to explain to people really quickly, then we can move on to whatever subject you want. Because a lot of atheists and agnostics and theists don't even seem to understand. There's multiple definitions for things, right? And we all don't use the same definitions. Doesn't mean one definition is right and one was wrong. It's whatever one we accept and we build a framework upon, right? And I reject using agnosticism as an adjective. I use it as a noun, right? Not a modifier. It's a position. It's a third neutral position that's a suspension of judgment or a non-evaluation of the claim. So if I use it as a third-party position, you can't use it as saying, "Oh, you're agnostic atheist," because that's superfluous and it's actually a contradiction in some ways, because they're two different positions in non-theism. So, I just want to let people know that yes, there are different ways to say things, but I'm using my version, which is the same thing as the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy, and how philosophers actually utilize these terms, especially Ozzy, who we all love. And I'm not going to invite Ozzy. He's been busy. I talk to him on Facebook occasionally. He usually lets me know when he's available.
He was
So
just talking
what
about this stuff with me, Red, Hannah, and a few others.
Yeah,
was he? I don't know. I don't really want to bother. I mean, I invite Ozzy.
I'll
We
bother
got to
him.
talk about some other stuff. He always seems to get talking about positive and negative atheism, which I love to talk about, but I want a little more variety from him. I think because I don't want to get burned out just saying, "Oh, okay, yes, there are positive and negative atheists out there." Because I just had a tweet. Somebody just said, atheism is just a lack of belief. I'm like, that's one definition, right? But it's a very vague definition. It doesn't tell you anything about what you do believe, and I reject that as a definition because it's vague. I mean, it's valid, but it's vague.
It's not a very informative statement, but I don't think it's meant to
Correct.
be.
Yeah, it's not informative at all because it's not telling me what you do believe. It just says, I don't believe this. Okay, well, I didn't ask you what you don't believe. I asked you what you do believe. Do you believe there's a God? Yes or no? Or other, but I'm not asking you what you don't believe in.
and this is something that we got into because that question is insanely loaded because there is a shitload of gray in there.
With what? Do you believe in God?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's loaded or no. I have to disagree. There's multiple different answers to it, right? It's only an invalid question when they try to give a false dichotomy, right? If they say you can only answer yes or no, then they're being loaded.
That's what you just said though. You said yes or no, but
then I said or other.
All right, I didn't hear the or other part.
Yeah. So other would conclude anything, apatheism, right, or agnosticism, or skepticism,
or a lack of belief.
Well, that would be a type of atheism.
Mine is simply of all the gods that I have seen so far that have been presented to me, all of them have been bullshit. But does that mean that isn't this conceptual entity that actually does make sense that I haven't heard yet? I don't know, maybe. I
tend to put you under agnosticism.
How can I comment on it if I have absolutely nothing to go on?
I tend to put you under agnosticism until I.
Enough for me.
Now, if you say I believe there is no God, then you're fully, you're a positive atheist at that point. But I have never said I believe there is no God.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
And so agnosticism is a much better place for a lot of people. Now, I don't fault people for being atheist or theist, right? I think they could be very viable positions. It's all how you have your rationality of how you got to that position, right? If you could be an irrational atheist as much as you could be an irrational theist. People don't understand that. They're like, oh, if you're an atheist, how could you be irrational? Well, if I got to that position by saying, I decided I'm going to be an atheist because Res Rhetoric, who's an alien from Zeta Reticula, told me that it's the best possible position, then I'm going to be like, that's a pretty irrational reason to be an atheist. Which he is, by the way.
Gonna need to write that one down.
Those Zeta Reticulans are mean, right?
Yeah, they're bitchy and...
Yeah, they're not the nice ones.
Yeah, and they always sodomize you with the red hot poker.
No, that was just you.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. I'm the oddball. Yeah, exactly.
They were very gentle with the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know how the labels really don't mean shit to me. I've been coming on for over 2 years now, and I couldn't tell you if what I believe. If I'm atheist, agnostic, or metaphysical naturalist, or whatever other bullshit that's out there. I don't care.
Yeah, no, the only reason we have labels is only because when we have so many conversations, it's kind of easier just to have an initial starting point to work from, right? And if we don't accept the same definitions, that's fine, but allow somebody the opportunity to explain what they mean by something, right? Because when I say I'm agnostic, they need me to explain what I mean by that.
Give the definition of your position and let them fill in the blanks with whatever word that they want to use. Because one thing I've noticed is that, agnostic can mean one thing to one person. Agnostic can mean something else to a totally different person. It's kind of like the question, is your red the same as my red? Or is your green the same as my green? That kind of shit. So basically I say, okay, I'll tell you exactly what my position is. I do not know if there is this all-knowing being that created everything or whatever the case may be. What I can tell you is that when I have had each and every single person's personal version of that being explained to me, they have all turned out to be complete bullshit. So if you have something that's different that you think is not bullshit, I'm all ears. But until then, it seems like as of right now, the better position to be in is the I don't know position, because I haven't heard all possibles. I've only heard what I've heard.
And I agree, and that's the way I feel, right? Now, I understand, like somebody like Septivia just said in the live feed, I do not believe in a God, therefore I am atheist. Well, technically that's trivially true, okay? That is trivially true. However, in the framework that I use, and that most people that I've ever met, almost every philosopher, every educated philosopher that I know thinks the same way. Just by saying you do not believe in something doesn't make you an atheist, because it doesn't tell you what you believe. And in positive atheism, it's a belief. It's a belief that God does not exist, not the lack of belief. That's the distinction between a positive and negative atheist, right? And I'll let you in here if you're sober today, man. Actually, I'll let you in here if you're drunk. That's even better. I just got a message from B. I invited her in here. It's a little long for me to really get into right now, what you just wrote. If you want to come in here, I can actually address it. I did read it. But being an agnostic is not truly a knowledge claim, right? I am saying I don't know, but I'm not saying I know there is a God or I know there isn't a God. That's not how you use the word agnosticism or gnostic as a modifier, right? If I'm saying I'm agnostic, I'm literally saying I don't know to the position. I don't know to the question. I don't know how to answer it. I don't know how to answer it yes or how to answer it no.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we were talking to Ozzy about, because he asked the same question just as a hypothetical, and I replied by saying, well, it's a loaded question. And he goes, well, it's true that it is a loaded question in some sense, so you have to be careful with it, because you need to specify that I'm going to answer this question, but you have to understand that there is a bit of context that you're missing, just so I may giving you a black or white answer, because there is a little bit of gray in there.
Absolutely.
And
yeah,
so,
I get that.
And so the worry there is that you're going to get quote mined the fucking back, and they're going to make your position out to be something it actually isn't.
Right, like Septimus said, atheism requires no belief. That's not true. And positive atheism requires a belief. If I say I'm an atheist, right, and I ascribe to positive atheism, to be a positive atheist, you have a belief. You have a belief that God does not exist. So you can't just throw out that all atheists are the same, right? If you're a negative atheist, that requires no belief. It's a rejection of the belief or claim. But to be a positive atheist, you cannot have just a lack of belief. To be a positive atheist, you have to have an actual belief. You actually say what you are believing.
But Steve, you just said when you asked the question, you say, I don't know. That was your answer, right?
Well, that's effectively what the agnostic position boils down to.
Is that your position?
I'm an agnostic, yeah.
So you say, I don't know. That's not a belief. I mean, how could not knowing something be a belief? Because
I'm telling you about my belief. Right? I'm not having a belief. I'm not giving you my belief. My only belief is that this is how I've not evaluated the question, right? I'm not giving you my belief. I'm not answering the question with my belief, which is fine. You don't have to, right? If I say I'm an atheist and I don't care one way or another, I don't have to answer the question.
Well, right? The thing is that the reason why you wouldn't necessarily state what your belief is, because you don't really have a belief in that sense. And so to ask what is your belief is trying to ask Steve, hey, Steve, quick question. Does your mom know you're gay?
Yeah, but the thing is to say I lack a belief in a God or I don't know. To me, those are the same things.
I'm still waiting for that answer, Steve.
My mom
you are
no, my mom does not know I'm gay because I'm not gay. So therefore, I suspect that she would know that I'm gay because I'm not gay.
To answer Bob's question, that was one of the things that we were kind of discussing, and in common parlance, she'll say, "Well, I believe, this, that, and the other, but I really don't know." And that's a common statement to make about propositions that you aren't that certain of. But when you express a neutrality on a particular topic, you are expressing a belief in a sense, in the colloquial sense. But when we are using these terms in philosophy, when you say you're expressing belief, you can have it either a positive or a negative affirmation, I guess you could say. You either affirming a claim or you're rejecting the claim outright.
Yeah. Well, see, my position is I don't lack a belief in God. I will tell you, the God of the Christian Bible and Jesus Christ never existed because of the contradictions, the evidence, and the way the Bible's written and all that other crap and the stuff I've learned over my life. Other gods I've never studied, but I would say they don't exist either.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think you're more of an atheist, Bob. I think you've actually said you don't believe God. You believe God does not exist, right?
Yeah, I don't believe any gods exist. I mean,
yeah, that would be an atheist position. Blue, I've sent you the link 3 times, man. I sent it to
people are gonna say, well, that's a positive claim. Can you back it up? And I'm like, well, no, I just told you I never studied the other gods, but I don't believe they exist. Because,
well, here's the thing. Just to avoid and B just mentioned this to me. Just to avoid having a burden of proof is kind of dishonest, right? Everybody in a conversation is having a burden of proof, unless you're doing what's called argumentation theory. That's a little bit different, where you have one person actually making a claim, like a person standing on a stage being judged. They're going to make a claim, and everybody else kind of finds ways to destroy their claim. That's one type of method. But in an interlocutory, everybody has a burden of proof, regardless. It's just how high is your burden. Okay, that's
why I said I can tell you about the God of the Christian Bible that he doesn't exist, and I can give you reasons why.
Yeah,
but
that
other
would be,
gods
yeah,
I've never,
so you'd be an atheist.
Other gods I've never looked into, but I believe they don't exist either. So I couldn't tell you why they don't exist, but I just don't believe they do.
Yeah, but if you ask the question, do you believe in God? you're telling people something about your position. If you answer, if I say I'm an atheist, and under positive atheist, you're telling that person your belief, what the belief you do have, is that God does not exist, right? If I say I'm agnostic, I'm telling that person I haven't evaluated the claim yet. I don't have a belief either way on it. So I'm not telling them about my belief of the question because I'm not evaluating it. That's true, but it does tell them about something about what I think.
When I hear people say I lack a belief, to me it's they're saying it's possible, but there's just not enough evidence to make me believe it.
See, I don't hear that. I hear lack of belief, and I just think people are trying to avoid a burden. I think that they're trying, or worse, they're just quoting what they've heard from Matt Dillahunty or on Raw. That's all they're doing. They're just quoting something they've heard.
Or worse than that, they actually don't have a burden, and they're trying to explain to the other dumb fucks why there isn't a burden. And so they just get blamed for trying to avoid a burden that they don't actually have to begin with, and so they have to go into this long, tired tirade of, "Look, you fucking idiots! Let me explain the position one more time, and please get it, you idiot assholes, cunts."
I can make the argument that that you do have a burden, even with a lack of belief. There's a small burden. I mean, I can go either way on that, but it's a little disingenuous. But if you say I believe God does not exist, you have a burden.
No, it's an I don't know position.
Agnosticism has I have a burden too, even as an agnostic, but it's
in the ultimate sense. No. Let me explain this. In the ultimate sense, like the ultimate question there, then I do not have a burden because I legitimately have no fucking clue. In the not so ultimate sense, where we're talking about each and every single specific God, ones that I have actually said are complete and utter horseshit, then yes, I do have a burden there, and I'll be more than happy to ram that burden right up your ass.
B asked, how's that if you're not making a positive claim? So here's the thing. Yes, positive claims require a burden of justification, but any claim does. Okay, I mean, if you just lack a belief, you still have to have a burden of why you lack a belief. To get out of having a burden of belief by just saying I lack a belief is dishonest. And that's what theists will ping on. Right?
Well,
and she says, can you prove a negative? Yeah, you can prove a negative. It's called modus tollens.
Yeah, but the only time I think you actually have to have the burden of proof is when you're trying to convince someone else your thoughts and your opinions are correct.
But that's not how burden of proof works. A burden of proof is any two people having an argument, any two people having an interlocutory that have differing viewpoints. You have a burden of proof to make your argument. Okay, to explain what you believe and why you believe it. Okay. So if you just say I lack a belief in God, you need to explain why you just have a lack of belief. It's trivial to do so. You should never avoid having a burden of proof, right? It's not like it's a tennis match. It's not going back and forth. You don't keep shifting. Both parties have one. Each one's individual to themselves, and each one's based upon what they're saying.
Well, that all depends on what the conversation's about, I think. I mean, you don't always have to give a burden of proof of what you believe and why you believe it.
I think you do, actually. Systematic skeptic makes it perfect. What he says is exactly right. He says, even with a claim like, I don't believe in leprechauns, there's a burden of proof. I have seen no compelling evidence that fits the bill. There you go. Burden's been met. Okay, if I say, I don't believe in unicorns, and the reason I don't believe in unicorns to justify it as my burden of proof or justification is that I take a provisional stance that I have not seen any evidence for unicorns. You present me evidence of unicorns, I'll believe in it. But until then, I believe unicorns don't exist. That's my provisional position.
Thank you, God, for fixing the cataracts and Sam's mom.
But I think all of us have provisional positions for the most part. I mean, given enough evidence, anybody can sway anybody unless you're young Earth creationists. They don't care one way or another.
They don't like that word evidence.
No, they hate it.
It makes them twinge and
flat
cringe.
earthers, of course.
And flat earthers, yes, they also don't like evidence at all, or math. And so, with that in mind, though, the idea of a burden is that I accept I have a burden when it comes to one certain God. If I say that one particular version of God is complete and utter bullshit, then yes, that's a burden. I'm more than happy to take that up. But the ultimate question, the ultimate unknown. Is there this being? Is there this entity that create all things? Well, there might be. There might be one that is actually, if you actually knew about it, could be completely legit, could be completely logical, could actually fit the bill of being reality. But I haven't heard that. And so in that case, I don't have a burden because I don't know what the fuck I'm discussing at that point. It's up to you to bring the concept to me, and then we'll talk about it. Which is why, for all the ones that have actually come to me so far, I was able to show, or able to conclude, I should say, that they're all complete bullshit, and that's that's the end of that.
Yeah, no, I think that's a pretty good position to have. You know,
It's that versus that, and you should see how people get so pissed off because of that, and you have to ask why. You ask a question, and you're being pissed off because you didn't get the answer you want. Oh, boo fucking who!
yeah, Septivium says, but that's not the position of most atheists. You show me no evidence to support your position, therefore I reject your claim. Actually, Septivium, that is the position of the overwhelming most atheists, not on YouTube and Google+. That is the position of actually every philosopher that I've ever met. I know a lot of PhDs in philosophy. They all have the same positions when it comes to these terminologies. Only on YouTube, because of Matt Dillahunty and Aaron Ra promoting this negative atheist position under the guise of positive atheism, because they say we're positive atheists, but they espouse the negative atheist position. I think it's weird. That you'll find this whole I have no burden of justification. I only lack a belief, because that's really only found on YouTubers. In the real world, I don't think that's the way. It isn't in the academic setting, because non-theism includes atheism and theism. Right, so if you say lack of belief, it can be either one. We have to be careful with that. We have to be careful with that, because in my example, or in my position, there's a little bit of both there. And depending on the question, or depending on the context of the conversation, you could have a little bit of both in there. And so a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah, like I said, there are multiple definitions out there, and I'm fine with going with somebody else's. But my whole point of everything when I'm on Twitter or whatever is explain to people that there are multiple definitions. When I hear somebody say there's only one definition of atheism, that's wrong. I can say it, there's a rejection of a claim, or I can say it's a lack of belief. Those are both Oxford Dictionary definitions, right? Which one's superior? Which one's a better position, I think, But they have to realize that not just having a lack of belief doesn't make you an atheist. I lack a belief because I'm a non-theist, right? But that doesn't make me an atheist. That's where they get confused.
Yeah, I can understand that. It's definitely a mind fuck, but once you get past the mind fuckitude, it becomes. I want to say I might be shooting myself in the foot here by saying it becomes straightforward, but there is a lot of clusterfuckitude that you have to get past first.
Yeah. And B is asking, well, how do you prove something like that unicorns don't exist? You're not required to prove it, right? This is where another thing people make a mistake. You're not being asked to prove God exists or doesn't exist. You're only asked to prove what's called, well, not even prove. It's called a burden of proof, but it's a misnomer. It's a burden of justification. You're only asked as to why you think the way you do. What's your reasoning for it? That's what the people are asking. When they mean burden of proof, they don't mean you have to prove God exists or doesn't exist. And so when a theist says, when an atheist says to a theist, oh, well, I can't prove God doesn't exist, that's not what a theist is asking you. And he's asking you, why are you an atheist? Why do you lack a belief if that's what you claim? And you are obligated in a fair conversation to give him reason. But as somebody pointed out, you can just say, well, I have no evidence that I've seen to give me a compelling reason to believe. That's a fair explanation. That justifies your burden.
It's fair. It's fair.
So why are people so they want to get out of having a burden of justification? I don't know. It's so easy to discharge most of the time.
It's one of those things where you have to kind of hammer it home. And I do know for a fact that hammering it home in that sort of way, they just don't want to be caught in like a gotcha. They just don't want to be, oh, well, you just admitted that you don't have a reason to do X, therefore your position is invalid. They don't want that, because just like what you said, no, their position is still valid, even though it's not the answer you wanted.
Right, and I get that. Theists can be very deceptive, right? And they can be very manipulative. And I understand people don't want to get a gotcha thing, and I get that. But if you have my position, you won't get in a gotcha thing. Matter of fact, you'll be able to be a stronger position, because you're not only be able to throw it back in the theist's face, you can discharge your burden pretty easily, and then have them try to give their burden of justification, which is a hell of a lot higher than an atheist.
Go with this. If you're going to answer the question, answer it with this added to it. There is some explanation needed on my answer. Do not quote mine this. I will rip your fucking nuts off and shove it down your throat if you do. And then go from there. And I guarantee you'll have a lot easier time.
Yeah, but I know a lot of theistic people that still quote mine anyways. I mean, you said this, yes, but in this context.
Then you start the nuts ripping. That's all you have to do. Start ripping ball sacks.
Yeah, Veckel's a bitch like that.
Yes.
That's kind of my take on it. I invited some people in from Twitter if they wanted to join us.
Speckle's a bit of a
But
bitch
if
on
not,
that, isn't
we
he?
can move on to some other topics because I just want to get that out there once again that agnosticism is not it's not a gray area, it's not a fence sitting. There's actually reasons why people are agnostic, and it's certainly a viable position, and it is a position. It is a belief position. I believe I don't have enough information to evaluate the claim. So
That's what Hannah and I were talking about the other day. It's like I think she said you and her are Huxleyan agnostics.
she's Huxleyan. I'm not Huxleyan.
Okay, you're not a Huxleyan.
Yeah,
no.
she and Redbox are the only two Huxleyan agnostics I know.
Isn't you mean that? Yeah, Xbox. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very high burden of justification, I think, though. That's a hard position because Huxleyan is twofold. One, Huxleyan is a methodological approach. It's a very, very rigid methodological approach to determining belief of God or lack of. And it also an Huxleyan will say that I can never know whether God exists or not. Okay? That's their belief, is that they can never have an epistemological claim that God exists. Or reject that completely, right? They're always going to be stuck in the middle. We kind of reject that because I think there is some ways that I would be convinced one way or another, right? I can imagine scenarios, hypothetical or otherwise, where I could say, okay, I know for a fact God exists, or I know for a fact God does not exist. There are ways that could happen. Have they? No. But I could imagine them.
I don't know how you could imagine that. I mean, because when I think about it, if any being or any supernatural thing came to me and told me they were God, unless I could compare it to other things, how would I know they are actually God, not just
because at that point you're being hyperceptical, right? I mean, that's like saying, well, how do I know Red's rhetoric exists? If he comes to me and says, hey, I'm Red's rhetoric and I exist, right? You have to take some kind of position of your epistemic limits, and at that point, if I had a divine being that can manipulate reality and show me how he did everything and show me how the universe was created, I would, like anything else, have a provisional position that yes, this is God.
Well, you would know it was me. So, for example, if I came up to Steve, or let's say this entity came up to Steve. Let's start there. And this entity said, "Hey, I'm Red's rhetoric, and I exist. How's it going?" Steve would automatically know that that's not Red's rhetoric.
Wait, is Red's comparing himself to God again? I really hate it when he does that.
Well, later. We'll get to that in a moment. So we all know that if this entity came up to you and said that, you would automatically know that that's not Red's rhetoric. So, but if this entity came up to you and say, "Hey, you old decrepit fuck," then you would know it's Red's rhetoric.
That's how I'd be able to tell the difference.
Exactly.
Yeah. See, there's a way to distinguish, right? But yeah, no, I think we can't all be hyper skeptical, right?
But you say you know there's a way to distinguish, but you've never met a God before, so how?
Because I just gave an example. How would I know Red? How would I know for a fact with Cartesian certainty Steve, that Red's rhetoric exists? How do I know that external minds exist?
Steve, but your explanation is assuming that there is only one God in the universe.
No, not at all. There's no assumption being made there. There could be multiple gods coming down and say, "Look, we're the Greek pantheon, and yeah, I'm Zeus, and I'm Apollo, and all those other guys, Mars, and
Phoebe,
yeah, Phoebe Cates actually, she's a goddess. She was hot." But no, I mean, there are ways that you can say, "Okay, I think I've had enough evidence that there is something more to this," and at the same time, to reject God. If I could travel, 40 trillion years in the future and all I see is empty space out there, and it's, heat death, at that point I'd probably be convinced, yeah, you know what, Jesus never came back. Now that wouldn't be obviously, that God doesn't exist because, not everybody's Christian, but it would falsify at least that aspect, right? I mean, you wait in 40 trillion years and the earth isn't even around anymore, then Jesus probably didn't come back. Or you can just, time travel in the future at a high rate. Check back every 50 years or 100 years. Hey, has Jesus came back yet? Oh, no, another 100 years. Has Jesus come back yet? You can do this for thousands of years. At some point, you probably have a very low probability that of him returning, and you can have a provisional induction that, he's not coming back if he ever existed. Right?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people do that now. They're like, oh, well, he was supposed to come back in the 1st century. It's been 2,000 years. He's not coming back. People do that now, actually.
All right, so it's like, people say, oh, well, you can prove that God exists by simply praying to him, and he'll fucking answer and shit like that. Okay, so what I did was I got down on my knees and I put my hands together just before bed, and I actually said a prayer, and I was like, yo, what's up, Big G? How's it going? This is Red's Rhetoric. Now listen up, motherfucker. I'm going to make this very fucking simple, okay? There's this car called a McLaren P1, and I kind of want that shit. And since you're God and you made the entire fucking universe, this shouldn't be a fucking issue, okay? So in the morning, when I go out to my driveway, there better be a McLaren P1 there with the keys in my pocket. And if it isn't, motherfucker, then I'm sorry, bitch, you passed the test.
And if there was a McLaren out there and you had your keys in a pocket, would you be a hardcore theist?
Oh, hells yeah.
You'd be preaching the gospel?
Dude, while jizzing my pants as I'm doing a $1.90 around a bend.
Yeah, I don't think it really works that way, even if God does exist.
You know what? I think it's time for God to make a change. That's all I'm saying. And so I'll be like, if there's not keys in that, then I'm sorry, bitch, you don't pass the test. But if there is, then guess what? You do pass the test. And I'll be having a really good time in my McLaren P1.
And let me clarify something. Patchwork, now you're misquoting me, Patrick, Utopian Life Feed. You said, if I told Steve I was an atheist, but after describing my position to him, he goes, no, you're agnostic. That's not what I would say. I would say under my framework, right? Because if you just said you lack a belief, I would say under my framework you're agnostic. But if you want to call yourself an atheist, you're still an atheist, right? It's a definition of atheism, right? I would never relabel somebody because of my own framework or what I think should be used. That's silly. If you want to call yourself an atheist and just have lack of belief, go ahead. I just think it's a weaker position, that's all.
Well, isn't there an interaction? I mean, I've heard the term positive and negative atheism, throughout this discussion so far. Is that not, unless I'm missing something, is that not the same as, I'm sure you've seen the square of four squares with columns of atheism and rows of Gnostic and agnostic?
Yeah, that's different.
Essentially, we're talking about an agnostic. It's still an agnostic atheist.
I reject those squares, right? The Purnett squares, I reject. I don't think you can use. I don't think it makes sense to use the word agnostic with atheism. I think it's kind of superfluous because all atheists, for the most part, are not making knowledge assertion claims, right? They're not saying they know God doesn't exist. They're saying they believe they don't. It's a belief claim, not a knowledge claim. So those squares are kind of meaningless. But positive and negative atheism, positive is the assertion God does not exist. If I say, I believe, right? I start off with I believe, telling you I believe, God does not exist. That's a positive assertion, positive atheism. Right. If I say, I don't believe in God.
That equates to Gnostic. That equates to Gnostic atheism, which I know.
Again, I don't really use the term Gnostic or agnostic when it comes to atheism, right? I mean, Gnosticism is knowledge, right?
Yeah.
But in this particular case, I don't see a need to do that. Right? I don't care about your knowledge. I'm not asking you what you know about God. I'm asking you what you believe about God. Right? I'm not asking if you know God exists or not. So why does Gnosticism even matter?
Well, there are those who claim to know that to know for a fact that God does not exist. And the funny thing is, if evidence were provided, even those who, any of the ones I know that claim to be an atheist that knows God does not exist, would change their views if evidence was provided.
Yeah, but here's the problem. If you make a knowledge claim that you know something, you kind of have a very, very high burden of justification of why you're making that knowledge claim. What are you basing it upon? I don't think we have anything we can say that we can know that God does not exist. I don't know if anybody can meet that burden. Now, if you mean it colloquially, then that's fine, right? If they mean it colloquially, I got no problem with that. They say, I know God doesn't exist, and they mean that in the colloquial sense, I am absolutely fine with that. I do that all the time, right? I know Santa doesn't exist, right? I'm making an epistemic claim, but I'm not saying it with Cartesian certainty. And that's perfectly fine to do that.
He never gave me that big wheel when I was 5, the fat fuck.
That's how you know he doesn't
exist. I say the God of the Christian Bible, the way he's described and defined, I know he doesn't exist.
Well, could you also make the argument that you know the way the Christian Bible, or the Christian God of the Bible, the way people describe him to you, the way they interpret the Bible doesn't exist? Because people interpret the Bible pretty shittily, right? I mean, we all know the
Really?
global flood didn't happen. We all know this, right? It's a knowledge claim. I have give you evidence of why the global flood
Hang on,
didn't happen.
clarify the word "all" there because we know it. I'm not sure you know what I'm talking about.
Everybody in here.
Yeah, everyone in here, but when you go out there,
I only have a small audience today. It's
do
only
we
about
have
25
people that still think the
people.
Earth is fucking flat? Come on.
Yeah, well, but when they say I know the Earth is flat, they have a very, very astronomically, pun intended, high burden of justification to demonstrate that. And none of them ever have. You know why? Because the Earth isn't flat, so it's impossible for them to make their epistemic claim.
That looks like it's Polaris.
It's Polaris.
I tell ya, this flat Earth thing, it jumped on me like I was made out of chocolate cake.
He's way behind there, brother.
Fuck you. With a rake.
Yeah, I mean, actually, like I think Von Helden was kicking ass. His Von Heltenites have all come in and made accounts to vote for him. By the way, I just found out the other day, brand accounts means accounts without a new email don't count. So you can't just sit there and make 10 accounts and have that work unless you make new emails for all of them. So on that.
Oh, so much
Probably
for
one of the
that
reasons
idea.
why it's a lot closer than we normally would think, because people aren't stuffing it as much. It's really very difficult to stuff it because you have to spend like 5-10 minutes making a new account each time and validating it. It would be very, very pain in the ass.
Yeah, it'd be very, very tedious. It could
Very
be
tedious.
done, but man, you have to have some crazy dedication.
Oh, I will recruit people if I have to if the truth starts losing.
Yeah, you guys got to take screenshots of those too, because I've heard that YouTube is screwing people because they're actually canceling like subscriptions. People are subscribed, like the Amazing Atheist was talking about it the other day, where he's actually lost subscriptions, and people have written him and said, "Hey, I'm no longer subscribed to you. What's the deal?" Some YouTube is just like canceling. I don't know if it's some plot they are to try and they figure
I don't know.
they can
Logic
cut
just
down your
Yeah, Logic just tweeted something about that a second ago.
Wait a minute, what the fuck is going on?
People losing subscribers.
Because of something YouTube is doing?
Yeah.
What the
Yeah,
fuck
it
is
has
up with
to be,
that
because-
bullshit?
Yeah, I think what it is they're trying to cut down on what they have to pay. So the less subscribers, the less money you get, right?
Well, no, you don't get paid by subscribers.
Subscribers has nothing to do with it.
Right. Now there's a relationship there. Obviously, the more subscriptions you have, the more people watch your stuff, and the more people watch the ads. You don't get anything off YouTube videos unless somebody doesn't watch the ad, or unless somebody watches the ad. If they skip ad and they don't watch the full 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, then you don't get a dime. That's why these content providers like us, we explain to people how it really works, right? The advertising is what pays the content provider. And if you don't watch the ad, then then you're not contributing to the content.
Oh,
What
yeah,
about people who? What
Go
about
ahead.
people who have RedTube, where they've paid not to see ads? How does that work?
Then RedTube. Okay, RedTube does give you something. I mean, if you go to your analytics, you'll see what you can make off RedTube.
RedTube's a porn site. You mean YouTube Red?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, RedTube's a porn
Excuse
site.
me, YouTube Red. I'm sorry.
But yeah, if you have ad block, then yeah, if somebody has ad block or they're not watching the ad, then yeah, you don't make a dime.
I understand it was a very long night last night, Steve, but jeez.
Did I say RedTube?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, that's
How
porn
did you know
site,
that was
right?
a porn site? Oh, never mind.
You're asking Reds how he knew it was a porn site.
Yeah.
Let's think
sorry.
about this.
Let me go down my list of tabs open right now, and we'll see if we can see a pattern. So
But let's look at the numbers right now for Dumb Fuck of the Year, since we've already moved on a little bit.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, ready. So, Antonio Super Rats is sitting at 201.
What is that, fourth place? Fucking pathetic.
No, wait, I'm sorry, 211. 211. Okay, still pretty bad, yeah.
Fuck off.
Okay, and Matt Slick is sitting. I'm only gonna be off the big guys. Yeah, Matt Slick's only at 45. Sorry, Matt. You're a dumb fuck, but you're not even worth even voting for. Darwin's Deity sitting at. Oh my god, this thing is being so slow. 267. 267.
Bullshit.
And Von Helton is sitting at 275. Von Helton pulled ahead of Darwin's even. Holy shit. Shit just got real, motherfuckers.
How far is Von Helton off the lead, though?
Von Helton's sitting at 275. right? And Darwin's is sitting at 267, so there's a difference of 8. Now we go to
I
true
think what
empiricism, however. True empiricism is sitting at 271. So Von Helden is beating everybody by 4 fucking votes. What is wrong with you people?
Come on,
Yeah,
yay, team!
What is wrong with you
man.
people? Go vote
But you know
for
why?
Ronnie.
You know why? Because I'll click on my G Plus page and I'll see videos about Von Helden there. You know.
Yeah, I know he's got a
You know,
hell of a
but-
crew.
Yeah, so you guys need to start cutting clips up and posting clips so people can actually watch how stupid they are. You know, if you don't see a clip,
I
on
know. You know
stupid
what? I'll
somebody is-
make a video on it. It's when I get. A
Oh, we Von Helton people have plans. We've got plans.
Oh, yeah, I know. You're like you're a Von Heldenite too.
Yep.
I do not want. I nominated Von Helton for one reason. That's because he's the newest member of the bullshit Flat Earth Brigade. I did not expect him to have this much of a backing. I thought he would be like 5th place at most.
Yeah, you underestimated the hatred
This is-
people have for Von Helton.
This is bullshit right now. Okay.
Today he said, Egypt and Saudi Arabia, I already told you, they're a long fucking way away from each other.
What?
What? He's.
Von Helton was claiming that Egypt and Saudi Arabia were very, very far away from each other.
And now
Well, that's
when he
because
says,
you're not taking into consideration in his timeline for the Mandela effect. They are.
Stop the timeline nonsense.
okay, Egypt and Saudi Arabia are very far away. In what fucking universe?
If you measure in millimeters, sure.
The actual across the Gulf of Aqaba, it's about the closest point is about 7 miles across not the Red Sea.
Yeah, that's
the
a lot of
Gulf
millimeters,
Aqaba,
man.
Where the Sinai Peninsula touches.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia
is what I'm
is very.
saying. What-
I've been to Saudi Arabia.
Maybe
It's
his
like the very
definition
tip of
are-
Egypt.
Maybe his definition of very far apart is different from, everyone's normal definition of very far apart.
This is
Maybe?
while he's reading the Emerald Tablets, which is, as we know, something from Atlantis. He is currently reading Atlantis material, which he claims is hundreds of thousands of years before the Sumerians wrote.
But see, here's the thing. He's just a nut job, right? I mean, he's certifiably fucking insane.
No,
We
he's
all know
not.
this. Oh, sure he is. Sure he is. He's delusional.
Honestly, Steve, here's the thing, Steve. If you can make the argument that he is actually mentally defunct, and the same thing happened with Rob Beasley last year, I will kick that fucker out. But you have
But
got
then-
to convince me.
So you are the arbiter of who is actually mentally ill or not. Well, that's your right, but couldn't it be made for almost all the motherfuckers on?
I believe very strongly that he has mental problems.
Well, who of the dumb fucks does not?
Yeah, but I mean, he's in a special case, right? I mean, he's gonna be fixed by medication. I don't think the other ones can be.
No.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Blue. The only reason that Rob Beasley was taken out and how I could like make that justification that Rob Beasley should be kicked out is because I was actually hearing him being taken away to the happy house. I heard that shit and it was like, come on, Rob, it's time to go to the happy house. And you hear him, no, not the happy house. No.
Did you hear that? You hear when he was broadcasting from his little white room?
Exactly. The
and
small
the
room.
barricades
Yeah.
the door and
At
starts
that
laughing at him, and they
point-
just turn off his Wi-Fi.
At that point, Blue, it becomes really hard to ignore at that point. No
Okay.
argument
Yeah.
needs to be
Yeah,
made.
those
Here's
are
the pulse
very
ahead.
Sure.
Thank you, Joey. Yes, he
Those
is
are
now
very
6
special
votes ahead
extenuating-
of Von Helton.
Extenuating circumstances there, yes. I
Yeah,
completely understand.
and so for Von Helton to actually get kicked out, I will say for Dumb Fuck of the Year, I am biased, but I am fair. All right. I will not kick him out unless someone can bring me some legit shit. I need actual paperwork, motherfucker, that this guy's been Baker acted or whatever the case, or was put in a straight jacket, put a fucking claw mask on, and thrown in the sponge room.
Like I
That
said, the
will not
difference is I
happen
think
in the next
Von
20
Helton can be cured, not cured, but I think he is managed more with medication. Right? Ronnie's not going to be managed with medication. He's just stupid. He just doesn't know shit.
He is a real fucking idiot, that Ron the Magic Man. But keep in mind, I still think that when you look at everything objectively, Antonio Superats is the biggest dumb fuck here.
First of all, that wouldn't be objectively. That would be your subjective.
No,
opinion.
that would be objectively. Fuck you.
But yeah, but Super, Antonio just he only. I mean, yes, he's a flat earther, so everything he says is wrong. But I mean, he made one major dumb fuck thing, major, right? I mean, that video was just unspeakable. But
The video. The
it would
video
have been a lot
was
better if Ronnie had done that, though. I would have loved that.
Red
Oh,
made me watch it. He made me promise to watch the whole thing, and I had to watch the whole motherfucking thing. God damn it.
Yeah, I know. You wanted to gouge your eyes out with a spoon.
What
Can
did
you
I say?
imagine if Ronnie made that?
I was like, how much longer, Red? How much longer do I gotta go, man? And Red was like,
I do not want Von Helton winning Dumb Fuck of the Year. I don't even talk to Von Helton. I could never even be able to rub it into him.
Like I said, with Von, I've only had one conversation with Von Helton, only one, and I gotta tell you, my brain cells were on vacation at that point because they're like, they can't fucking stand his shit, and then he becomes the newest member of the bullshit Flat Earth Brigade. Fuck you. So yeah, I can definitely see him winning, and if he did win Dumb Fuck of the Year, I wouldn't necessarily be too pissed off about it.
Well, because he's a flat earther, but I mean, come on. Like I said, we never engaged with him, so it doesn't really matter that he's a fucking dumb fuck of the year.
I would say, still though, Antonio is still my dog in this race. Even though he is losing by a mile, I will make sure that he has my support to the very bitter fucking end.
There's actually some people there. So a Crow 77, he's tanking big time. He's got 37.
Yeah, I know. People just don't give a shit about that guy anymore.
I told you that and Pete Shea, he's at 26. Told you nobody's going to give a fuck about him.
He drinks his own piss.
Right, I understand that. He's a dumb fuck.
Because he thinks it cures cancer. I thought that would at least do something for him.
That's an honorable mention. You know.
He drinks his own piss because he thinks it cures cancer.
Don't stop him. If he thinks drinking his own pee-pee is going to make him immune to cancer, let him do it.
You know what? How do you ever how do you even be in public if you're smelling urine all the time? How would you even do that?
He goes potty in a bottle and stores it overnight and then drinks it in the morning.
Does he have cancer currently?
I do not believe so.
This is just a preventative measure.
Yeah, we'll call preventative maintenance. Right. Fucking preventative.
Doesn't even run it through a filter or nothing. That's just fucking nasty.
No, he pees in a bottle or in a jar, like literally just straight in. And he's a flat earther, and he's a 9/11 conspirator. And he thinks John F. Kennedy was never assassinated. And he thinks Sandy Hook was a hoax. And he thinks vaccinations are evil. And he believes in fucking numerology where you can literally make up shit as you go.
Yeah.
The problem is they're all very deserving this year, right? There's really steep competition among the top 5.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
The thing is that Pete is only known in one circle, and that's on the Earth Discussions YouTube channel where they have all the Google Hangouts about this shit.
I'm just glad G-Man isn't running.
Yeah, Pete goes in there all the time and have a conversation with that guy. I guarantee you will want to find out where that guy lives and strangle him. Oh yeah, and by the way, he also teaches his kid this shit.
Oh well.
That's the child abuse.
That is fucking child abuse. And so, yeah, it gets pretty bad for him. But because he doesn't have the publicity that Von Helton does, and that True Empiricism does, and that Darwin's does, and even Antonio, because I've been giving him a shitload, he's not getting as much votes.
And don't those other guys have longer YouTube careers than this guy too? Or?
Exactly, much longer YouTube careers. Okay. In fact, I think Crow is the second longest at this, right behind True Empiricism. True Empiricism definitely has the longest career on the list. I think I want to say maybe Crow might be a little bit longer, but don't quote me on that. Crow has 60,000 subs on his channel, and all he does all day is bitch and moan about fucking rocket launches, saying that they're fake, or that the moon is a hologram. Yes, he really does believe that. And the only thing he has to justify this is really shitty iPhone footage where the rocket disappears behind buildings. You can't even see the fucking thing. Oh, and the phone is held upside down, so the video is upside down. And this lunar wave from his telescope. But the thing is that he's not the only one with access to badass optical equipment. Astronomy Live also has badass optical equipment and was able to replicate the lunar wave. And guess what it was? It was the shearing motion when a plane flies by. Not directly in front of the moon, just next to it. And it creates a sharp, clear, distinct refractive line going across the moon. That's what the lunar wave is.
What do you think? Did he have holographic projections thousands of years ago? Was it alien technology? And if so, where is it projecting from?
Exactly. And so being that the moon was there before we even had this technology, that leads me to ask a few questions. One, where's the moon now? Two, who stole it? Three, how the fuck do you move something that weighs 7.2 times 10 to the 22 kilograms?
And where is it being projected from?
Exactly. Where the fuck is it being projected from? Not only
Onto
that,
what?
Who paid for all this? That's the one question you never ask.
Who the fuck paid for it? Yeah. Don't tell me. Don't fucking tell me. Bill Gates, you son of a bitch.
Oh, I knew it. I had to be
Big
Bill
up,
Gates.
man.
Damn right.
No, we're paying for it.
We're going to take this little quiz that you reminded me of something. This little quiz I ran across is called Creation Science for Kids.
Oh, God.
And you want to talk about child abuse, because I even messaged this chick, and I was like, you know what, what you're doing is borderline child abuse. This is ridiculous. So we're going to take this little creation science quiz, okay? It's about, I don't know, 12 questions, it looks like. I've already looked at it the other day.
Okay,
you guys are going to answer. I'm going to put the answers down in this quiz, and we'll submit. And
hang on. I'm going to get my facepalm protecting oven mitt on. All right.
Make sure it's extra padded today, because when I read you off the actual answers, what they say.
Okay, I'm going to double up.
Yourself.
I'm doubling up now. All right.
Okay, so the kind of community, kind of be kind of like a appeal to authority here, or actually appeal to popularity, because you guys are going to be the consensus. So, true or false? Ready? Neanderthals and other hominid fossils clearly show humans developing from an ape-like ancestor. I'll read everything twice. True or false? Neanderthals and other hominid fossils clearly show humans developing from ape-like ancestors.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, we're going to go true. You guys have consensus? True?
True.
All right. Speak up, people. The development... Okay. To develop new features, evolution would require natural selection, genetic drift, mutations, adaptation.
And non-random mating.
You have to at least mark one or more.
It bothers me because non-random mating is not in there. But yes, I would say natural selection. I would also include non-random mating because that just bothers me. Genetic drift. That's actually fucked up at that because there was criteria and non-random mating is one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And genetic drift is the only thing that can act upon neutral mutation, so that would still would produce evolution. So, and what about mutations?
And of course mutations, yes.
Okay, and
yes,
adaptation.
And of course mutations.
And adaptation.
Genetic drift is very important. Yeah.
And so adaptation? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to go with all the above. Consensus?
Yes.
Okay.
All the above, yeah.
Do you want to see if I can present this while I'm doing this?
No. Just read them out because if I look at it, I'll punch my computer.
Your eyes will melt.
Yes.
True or false? Fossils dated to millions of years old still have preserved whole cells and even DNA in them.
What?
Fossils dated to millions of years old still have preserved whole cells and even DNA in them.
Ooh,
According to Mary Schneider, that's true.
Mary Snyder.
By the way, she did message me the other day.
The DNA is too.
He called her Snyder and Switzer, right?
Schweitzer, yeah. Mary
Schweitzer. Mary Schweitzer.
Schweitzer.
And it was funny on that video. I had actually said, I said Mary Switzer, whatever nomenclature he used, right? And fucking dumbass. What was it? Was not C Brown? Was it C Brown? No, it was No Name. Or it was one of those guys, one of the fucking flat earther younger. They said, "Oh, Steve, you don't even know her name is Mary Schweitzer." And I'm like, "Yes, I know her name. I've talked to her. I have her email. I've conversed with her, and I was only using the name that they use and mocking of it, right? Because I don't remember what name they used. It was Switzer or something. Switchler. Wasn't it Switchler? I don't know. What name did Rappaport use?
It's something.
But anyways, yeah, he was like, that's not her name. And I'm like, that's the point. I know it's Schweitzer. Anyways, So, true or false? Fossils dated to millions of years old still have preserved whole cells and even DNA in them. This is a really loaded question, right?
Isn't that false? I think technically that's false.
I'm saying false.
Yeah, I'm going to go with
Yeah.
false too.
No complete cells, no complete DNA strands.
Okay.
What?
Next question, please.
Which part or parts of our body is our leftover junk? Again,
Oh my
this is a
fucking
bad
God.
worded question.
What is leftover junk?
Yeah, it's a badly
Yeah,
worded question.
define what you mean by that.
It can't. This is the question. What part or
Skip.
parts of our body is our leftover junk?
Skip.
Appendix, goosebumps, tailbone, extra membrane in the eye, none of the above.
It's a malformed question though, because
Of
there
course
are
it's a malformed
purposes for
question.
all
It's
of
creationist
this. Yeah.
webpage. What do you expect?
And,
All right,
and
let's
for each,
skip.
for each accurate answer you gave, they'll have it like the appendix. Oh no, very important for the immune system.
It's not junk. Yeah. Well, they think
Yeah.
vestigial means junk. They think vestigial means doesn't have a use. But anyways, what are we going to go with here? None of the above or each one?
It depends on the girl.
So I'll go for none of the above.
All right.
Just say fuck
You're going
it.
to love this one. This is another one that obviously this creation for kids person doesn't fucking understand basic science. True or false? Carbon-14 dating has shown the world to be super old.
True.
Yeah.
14 million years old?
No, it says carbon-14 dating has shown the world is super old. True or false?
Super
What the
old.
fuck is
Super old.
What?
Well,
What is-
What is super old? I don't know. I don't. It's,
Depending
what the
on
fuck
your
is this person? I'm telling you, this question's so stupid.
Depending on your
I've submitted a
definition.
lot
They're
of-
You're
saying, hold on, Steve, they're saying
Hmm.
present it as you're while you're reading.
You want me
it,
to present this?
it. Yeah,
Aw,
someone's
damn
saying
it.
present it.
I'll try.
You are super old. You are
I
just.
swear I'm going to bash my face into the
Yeah, I'm not
goddamn
making.
computer.
I looked. By the way, oldest DNA found. I looked up in humans is 430,000. I'm trying to find out what it is the oldest because they have DNA from bacteria that's 419 million years, but it's not intact. So that's a loaded question, right? And they found little pieces of fragment DNA, I think.
You are super old.
Yeah, that's what it says right here. Carbon-14 dating is super old. Well carbon-14
super
dating
old.
isn't used to measure the date of the Earth anyways, so...
yeah, it's super old exceeds the range of carbon. Carbon.
So, I mean, are we going to go with false?
Yes,
I'm
false.
false.
I'm going to abstain.
But here's the thing. They'll be like, oh, look, see, carbon-14. You guys think carbon-14 dates the Earth, and the carbon-14 dates the Earth 4.5 billion years ago. No, we don't. Carbon-14 isn't used for that. They use rubidium, strontium, and lead, and argon, potassium.
Doesn't carbon-14 only go back like 12,000 years or
No,
something?
57,000.
Okay, yeah.
You can go back to 100,000 with what's called AMS,
Yeah,
accelerated mass
and I'm
spectrometry.
not watching the screen because fuck that.
But they use isochron dating for these methods, and isochron dating, you don't have to know the initial primary amount. That's one of the benefits of isochron dating. You don't have to know what the initial conditions was for the amount of
right.
radioactive material. Anyways, moving
Next
on.
question.
Next.
The distance we can see into the universe is a sure sign that the universe is vast, the universe is billions of years old, the world is flat.
Wait a minute, what?
The distance we can see into the universe is a sure sign that the universe is vast, the universe is billions of years old, or the world is flat, or you can do more than one.
Yes, and no.
Yes, A and B only.
Yes and no.
Fuck.
Wow.
Are you sure it doesn't indicate the Earth is flat, Reds? Are you sure?
No, it
No,
doesn't.
No, I mean, I want to make sure we got to get this right because this is the creationist for kids thing here, so it's pretty basic, because we're all idiots. Which of the following is not true? Many layers are bent but not cracked. We've found fossilized dinosaur with a bird in its stomach. Noah's Ark it was too small for dinosaurs to fit. Which is not true.
Potato.
Option 4, potato. Well, I'm going to help you guys with this one. I'm going to work your way through it. Noah's Ark was too small for dinosaurs to fit. I would say it's not true because Noah's Ark didn't exist. Right? Can we agree with
I'll
that?
say that's true.
No,
because
no,
Noah's
it's-
Ark, even if it had been, would have been too small for a dinosaur.
And even if it did exist,
Okay,
yeah, I don't believe it existed.
presupposing that it did exist, I would say no, that is true. Noah's Ark was too small for the
That's
dinosaurs.
right.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to go with
So
not true.
Uncheck the thing. Uncheck
We
the
found
thing.
a fossilized dinosaur with a bird in its stomach.
No, I don't think that's true.
There is okay. That isn't true. From what I recall in this particular thing, the bird had died and was laid down at a different time than the fossilized dinosaur. So I mean, it depends what they mean by bird in the stomach. As far as was it originally in the dinosaur's stomach? No. Was the fossil found in where the stomach of the fossilized dinosaur was? I believe so. But we can ask this question when Alex joins us on Friday, since he's a paleontologist. He's going to know a lot more about the story.
Many rock layers are bent, but not cracked.
Well, that's true.
That much
true.
is true. Yes.
Yeah.
There are.
True.
Yeah, we do.
So this is the only question that's really, what do we answer?
And the only reason I know that is because of my long, extensive conversations with Nephilim Free, you fucking idiots.
Ah, yes. Rocks bend, but they don't break. Or no, rocks don't bend. That's what he argues. Rocks don't bend.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go with the last one, okay?
Mm-hmm.
True or false? Well, no, I'm actually gonna say not true because I don't think there's a dinosaur with a bird that was found in its stomach, contemporaneously at the same time. Somebody can look into that. So let me know. Okay, true or false? There are sedimentary layers that spread across vast areas and even between continents.
Brown potato.
I'm going to go with that. Yes, there are some areas but the layers of the sedimentation vary quite a bit. Like on the Canadian shelf, it's 0, but in other places near Texas, it's like 1,500 meters tall or something. It's a ridiculous amount. So yeah, there are layers that spread across vast areas. I don't see why that'd be a problem. But again, if you guys want to look more into that one and we can change our answer, let me know.
Between continents may be a little bit of a stretch because it depends on how far down you want to go.
See, I don't know how to answer this one. What do you
Right, that's exactly right. But and even so, there might be some layers that are.
Well, let's go with true provisionally for now. But what does that matter, anyways? Right? The global flood didn't lay it down the same depth.
Oh, wow, you're right. That's
Right.
where they're okay.
So that's what they're going for. They always you say true, therefore that's evidence of a global flood. Now let's say it's true, but it's sure not evidence for a global flood. Studies show people are getting slower, smarter, stronger, weaker.
We are getting smarter and stronger.
You want to go with that?
That's right.
Are we?
No, I don't think so.
We're getting slower and weaker.
I think we're getting slower and weaker too.
Yeah, slower and weaker.
Yes.
No, we're not. They're going to like that answer.
I don't think we're getting smarter because we're letting computers do more work than we used to do ourselves.
Oh yeah, no. Okay. Here's the thing: we might might have more information available to us. That doesn't mean we're smarter. I mean, people today probably wouldn't even know how to use a slide rule if they had to in an emergency, right? People couldn't do these calculations by hand if they ever had to. They so depended upon and relied upon technology that only a really good physicist or engineer couldn't even do these calculations by hand any longer, I think. But anyways, this is my favorite one. Ready? Love this one. This is a potato question. What percentage of DNA do humans and chimpanzees share? 98% depends, and some chromosomes as low as 43.
I thought it was like 99.5 or
98.5.
98.5. Okay.
Yeah.
So
here's the catcher. Depends. Okay. No, it doesn't depend. The percentage, as asked by the question, is 98.5. Okay. But there are some chromosomes. The Y chromosome is 43%. If you take just the Y chromosome, which is the smallest chromosome in the entire genome, it's a very small portion of the genome.
It's the 23rd. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're saying, oh look. Since there's only a 43% match on Y chromosome, which is the highest recombination rate, I mean, it changes a lot. Therefore, we're not related to chimps. Well, that's stupid.
Wait, so they're only looking at the Y chromosome itself and not the entire genome.
In this particular answer, it depends. In some chromosomes, as low as 43. No, it doesn't depend. If the percentage of DNA, as asked by the question, is 98% or 98.5.
I see what they're doing.
But they're saying no. Well, there are some chromosomes where it's only 43%. Well, but that's a very small chromosome. How much does that change the larger genome?
Well, no, they're not addressing the genome because it makes it look like the waters are a bit muddy. So if you create like this pseudo controversy, then it goes, oh well, there's room for interpretation. That's kind of what they can shoehorn that in.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
trying to do
Oh,
that,
look,
they're
these
failing
scientists are
miserably.
telling you that the Y chromosome, well, they don't mention here, but I'm pretty sure they're talking about the Y. The Y chromosome, it has a lot of genetic diversity between humans and chimps. Yes,
Fucking
it does.
bullshit.
Because that's one has the most changes each generation.
Okay.
All
Hey, Steve, I'm gonna skip ahead and just read the next one. Okay.
Okay, go ahead and read the next one, because this one's one of the worst ones because you have to answer something.
Yeah. Which view of origins is based on faith, belief in what we can't see happening, creation or evolution? Thank you.
No debate, huh?
Yeah, well, you know that one gets marked wrong, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
So
just letting you know that's the
view-
wrong answer according to this.
Let me just repeat that and highlight something. Which view of origins is based on faith, belief in what we can't see happening? Now keep in mind the part in parentheses. Can you highlight that bit right there? Highlight the bit in just the bit in parentheses.
Yeah, I think that one gets marked wrong. I don't know. Maybe I
All
don't
right.
remember.
So anyway, the belief in what we can't see happening. Okay, and so when if they're going to make the argument that evolution is stuff that we can't see happening, they would have to ignore the fact that we actually do see it happening, and in fact, it has been replicated time and time again in
Yes,
many
we see
peer-reviewed
evolutionary
articles. Not only is it in the fossil record, but we can actually see some species that were once the same species that get separated, and next thing you know, you have a whole new fucking species.
Yep.
And
All
so,
right, this is the most loaded one, though. Want to read that one, Reds?
Nope, I got it.
which of these animals would Noah have taken onto the ark? Zebras, snails, wolves, or bald eagles?
And there is no none of the above. You can't even submit unless you answer this question. So you're automatically capitulating that one of them is correct, that there was Noah, and he took one of these onto the ark. What kind of quiz is that, people?
There's no all of the above.
None of the above? No, there's no none of the above.
Just
all
put
of
bald
the
eagles, just to be spiteful.
Are we
Which one?
are we admitting
Yeah,
are we admitting
I
you
go
are?
bald eagle.
All right, we'll go with all the above, but that's obviously not true.
Fish snails, they don't have nostrils.
Yeah, no, actually, if I remember the answer key, it was all of them but zebras. Because zebras are hybrids.
But snails do not draw breath.
Well,
It was only-
according to this,
it was only
we'll
animals that
look
draw
at the
breath.
answer key. I'm pretty sure that they said these three.
That's true.
By the way, if you guys want to donate $1 million, we can do that right now. You guys want to raise $1 million for this Creation for Kids thing? Can we do that?
No.
You're funny.
Okay. Damn it.
What? Are you joking?
I know, man. I can barely get people to donate $5 a month to my Patreon. You think I really want to freaking support this website?
True or
page?
false?
No, I
Many
mean,
things
is
the
there
Bible
actually-
claims about
Damn.
history have been found in the archaeological record.
Say
I think
again.
that was
what?
pretty actually straightforward question.
Yeah,
I'm
but
happy to go
it needs to define the word many, because one or two, to them that may be many.
I think there's a lot of towns and cities that happen in the Bible that we pretty
Well,
much
of course, it was all
existed.
based on logic.
That's
but
trivial, right? It's trivial
All
and
right.
true.
In Tampa, Florida, at 33rd Street, right at the corner of Popeye's Chicken Way, there was a ghost. Now, it's based on a real place that you can actually go to, and that Popeye's Chicken does exist.
Yes. Well, that's what it means. The biblical claims about history. I mean, just off the archaeological record of the towns existed, I'm going to say true, but it's trivial. So what?
Yeah. All right. So fine. True.
Sedimentary rocks cover approximately 75% of the exposed crust. Most of this has been known to be formed by water, wind, gravity, or water. And the answer for any sedimentary rocks, most of it's by water.
Yeah.
That's how sedimentary rocks are laid down by the leading edge of water. So,
All right.
you guys agree?
Yeah.
All right, you guys want to see the results? Submit.
It's a minute. Let's see how badly.
All right, everybody watching, take a deep breath on this, guys. Exhale, breathe in, hold it, and here we go. Congratulations, you've completed the creation quiz. We got the first one wrong. Sorry, guys. According to this page, there is no evidence showing fossils of Neanderthals and other hominids showing ape-like ancestry. Sorry,
Well,
guys.
I guess
All
that
of
whole,
paleontology is wrong.
Well, I guess when me, Red, and Hannah went there, that they just fabricated up the shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Museums. That's part of the dissemination campaign by the Illuminati.
Mm-hmm.
Must be.
So sorry, guys. I hate to break it to you, but you guys are wrong. So develop new features. Evolution require mutations only.
Wow.
Yes, mutations only. It doesn't matter that natural selection has to act upon those mutations, right? That makes no difference to these people. What the fuck? How does that work? You have a mutation, all of a sudden you have evolution. If the mutation is not even passed on, how do you have evolution?
Exactly.
This is creation for kids, people. This is what people are teaching kids out there. Okay? Here she is, in all little smiling glory, teaching kids this bullshit information. True, yeah, feel free to write to this person. True or false? Fossils dated a million years. Whole cells? False. The answer is true, according to them.
Yeah.
Now, again, preserved whole cells is what kills me. Yes, they're probably DNA, but
Whole cells?
I don't know what they mean by preserved whole cells. They're fossilized.
How
The whole word fossil means fossilization, right?
Yeah.
How do you have millions of whole cells, organic cells that are millions of years old? It's possible. Don't get me wrong, but even Mary Schweitzer didn't find intact blood cells. She found the remnants of blood cells.
Yeah, she found like pieces, like heme of like red
and
blood
she
cells.
found
Like that.
the structures, but they were all fossilized.
All right.
Okay,
Next.
so we got this one right. None of the above, but for different reasons. They're not junk. Nobody's claiming the appendix is junk, but it is vestigial. True or false? Carbon-14 dating is shown the world super old. False. Yes, but again, different reasons. Who says carbon-14 is used to date the world? No, they use isochron dating methods, so these people are idiots. Here we go. The universe is billions of years old. Sorry, Reds. Or Strike. You're wrong. Is Cy still with us?
Oh,
Tapped out. Sorry,
I am back.
Cy. I hate to break it to you, but all of astronomy is wrong. According to them, the universe is not
Okay.
billions of years old. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
Yeah. I feel like I'm taking Santa away from a kid on Christmas. Yeah, I'm just a
Oh.
bastard, man.
Oh,
Hey,
did you
we
see
got
that
this.
video?
We got the slower and weaker part. Yay.
There was a video of some Christian standing at a Santa Claus line and screaming at
I
the
saw
kid.
that. That's fucked up, man. That's so fucked up.
I beat the
Which is probably
fuck out
not
of that
true.
guy.
Again, they claim they found a dinosaur with a bird in it. I don't know what they mean by that. It could have been could have been a non-avian theropod dinosaur with that was in the stomach. Is that what they mean? I don't know how to parse this question out. So maybe Isaiah can tell us or Alex on Friday. So Drag, will you remind me of this question about the dinosaur, and I will look into it as well.
Bird and dinosaur stomach.
Yeah. And then sedentary layers across the continents. Yes, we said true. Fine. People are getting slower and weaker. We kind of agree. Here we go. What percentage of DNA do humans or chimpanzees share? We are wrong. It's not 98% according to them. Well, it's 98.5. We'll go with 98%. So they say that's wrong. Sorry. Which is stupid, because if you did a genomic analysis, even de novo, Sam and Rohif and CRISPR actually wanted to find out which,
What is the percentage? Do they say?
They say it's 98. No. They say it's as low as 43. But they're talking about chromosomes, not the entire genome.
Right.
But as Sam pointed out, that in the Nature 2005 study, they did a de novo build of it, and it was 98 something percent. So, anyways, which of these animals would have Noah taken onto the ark? Just snails and wolves, according to them. Snails and wolves, yes, because you have to keep snails around.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Was there not it says specifically that it has to be animals that draw breath. Does it not?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I thought there was
straight
unclean
out
and clean, and then a multiple foot toad ungulate was unclean. So you take 7 of them and take 2 of the other ones or something, right?
Crazy shit.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I don't know, but snails really. So you can have these snails floating around, on an ark for a year. How does that happen? How does any of this happen? How do you have all these species? You bring 2 on board, and a year later, you have like billions of each species that the ark's been carrying, or does 2 go in and 2 go out and they never mate? How does this work? I don't know. So, which view of origins based on faith believe we can't see happening? They agree it's creationism. Oh, but they also say evolution. Oh, sorry guys. Evolution is faith-based. Yes, evolution is
Right.
faith-based. Because you can't see
Why do
evolution
people
happening
give men
unless you
nipples?
look. Because there
That's
is.
what I don't understand.
Again, creation for kids, people. This is what they're teaching your children. Many things in the Bible about history have been found in the archaeological record. We agree that was true for historical claims. And then sedimentary rocks, have been formed by water. Okay, great. What did we all learn here today? Not a damn thing, except creation science is fucking full of shit.
Yeah.
And deviant.
I've got a lot more Jason Burns videos to watch.
Oh, fuck Jason
How many
Burns.
does he upload a day?
He averages 3 a day.
Him and Rob Beasley I can do without.
Yep. Same here.
I don't have
Could do
use for any of them.
I'll be just fine.
I guess I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I heard that there's some work being done with Brett Keane that it may eventually still come out that Brett Keane is still an atheist, like we've all been saying for the longest time.
Oh, like yeah, exactly. I've been saying that for how long?
Just like I've been saying about Rand Campbell. Guys, listen to me. If you're a theist out there and you think Rand Campbell is a theist, you're an idiot. Seriously, anybody who thinks Rand Campbell is a young Earth creationist or a flat earther or believes any of the shit he spews, you're a dumb fuck. He is a agnostic at best, and actually, no, I would actually have said he's an atheist. He actually said he's an atheist. So he is an atheist. He doesn't believe in God. He's fucking with people. He trolls. This is what he does. He gets a bunch of theists to think that, oh yeah, the Earth is flat. Then he laughs at them, going, look how easy I convinced these people that the Earth was flat. Dumb fucks.
Yep.
And they don't even get it. He'll even say it. I even asked him once on a live thing. I was like, hey, Rand, when are you gonna pull the trigger on your troll? And his response was like, he really doesn't need to. He just enjoys this, and people don't care. He could say that he whatever he wants, and they're not going to care anyways. They'll still think he's a theist. He's just been influenced by the evil atheist. That's how convinced these people are.
Well, that's the way it works. Unfortunately,
I got to catch in my live feed. What I miss? Illuminati rally. No, I didn't go to the Illuminati rally. Sorry. Was that yesterday, today? God hates science education. Yeah, it seems so, right? Boy, did we lose a lot of viewers. That was boring to most people, I take it. Fuck off. You're not getting free puppies.
Trying to summon Jackie.
Free puppies. Jackie. She's still taking a reserved on her vote for Dumb Fuck of the Year. She hasn't really cast it yet.
yeah, she's voting for Antonio. She told me.
Why waste your vote? Don't split the ticket, man. Don't split the ticket. I'm telling you, split the ticket. Von Helton is going to run away with this.
I'm not. I think it's you who's splitting the ticket on this one.
Oh no! So look at Rich. If you know Von Helton is going to win this, you think by the last couple of days, will you campaign for Ronnie?
I will. I
think about it.
I think I should be asking you that same question. If you know
No,
that Von
because
Helton's
no. Dude, come
okay,
on.
to answer your question, I am not backing down.
But look, it's so much easier to get Ronnie over the top than it would be Antonio, right? He's so far behind.
It's also so much easier to get Antonio over the top than Von Helton. So
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
All we have to
Ronnie's 8 points ahead right now.
We'll definitely have to play this the hard way. Then I don't know what to tell you.
You know what? You're like every bitch that I've ever dated, man.
Oh, hey.
Damn, I'm telling you.
Von Helton videos. Have you seen a sample of him?
No, but Reds has to do everything the hard way.
So you haven't seen Von Helton. You haven't
The
seen
correct
this
way.
guy.
Of course I've seen.
Oh,
Yes, I know Von Helton. We go.
No, I have seen Von Helton.
I
but
don't
have
like engaging
also,
with him because he's so goddamn fucking
Look,
stupid.
I have seen Von Helton. I have seen True Empiricism, but I have also seen Antonio fucking Subarats.
What's the name of the song he was dancing to?
Daytime, nighttime.
Sexy.
Sexy.
Oh, that one.
What is this squeaking?
Like 4 or 5 men, they jump at me like I made out of chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake.
Fill me up, baby. Hey, argument from ignorance. Get your happy ass in here. I've already invited you, so. Yeah, argument from ignorance and voted for truth. So come on, man, follow the lead. His icon's sheep. Okay, so you're sheep. He's leading you to true empiricism. Argument from ignorance. Come on in here, man. We need you to help. We need you to help campaign for true. You've got a following. You can make an input on this. King Crocoduck is gonna weigh in, right? King Crocoduck. I think I've convinced him to vote for Ronnie.
Once we have our little debate, I'm gonna rub your nose in it like a dog that took a shit on the carpet. Remember that.
I'll tell you what. You get Logic to moderate this. We'll get argument from ignorance. We'll get King Crocoduck. We'll have a 3-panel we'll have like a quorum, right? A panel of judges of 3 people. We all respect all 3 of them, and then we'll go from there of who has a better argument of who should be the dumb fuck of the year.
As long as y'all, I'm going to advertise. I have a debate with G-Man tonight to raise money for Gus. Going to happen in about 3 hours, about 10 p.m.
That's right. That's tonight. I thought
So
that was
7 p.m. Pacific. Okay. I will be watching that. Now, before, I don't want to leave this topic too quickly, but one sec. Now, is that going to be just you and him, and people are going to be listening in and talking
It's
live?
going to be live. It's going to be live. It's going to be on Hannah's channel. Hannah's going to be kind of moderating. It's not going to be a fully structured debate, but just kind of a back and forth.
And how long is it supposed to be?
That's a good question. Probably just keep it down to about an hour.
Will you promise me you're not going to pull any punches, and you're not going to let him equivocate? You're not going to let him dodge questions. You're not going to let him change the topics. You're going to make sure that he actually answers the question directly, and by doing so, if you ask him A, he responds with A because of this.
I can try, but Hannah's the moderator, so she's going to be the one to keep him under reins.
Can you guys post the link?
You're going to need it.
Can you guys post the link to Hannah's channel? Well, you know what? I can get it real quick. What's so funny?
I think she knows how to moderate.
Yeah, Hannah knows how to
No,
moderate.
G-Man is a special case.
Yes.
Well, boy.
I do not.
He's hard to moderate, guys. Come
I
on, let's be
do
realistic.
not doubt for a second that Hannah's going to go in there with the right mindset and know exactly the type of bullshit that G-Man is going to pull. However,
I think she will.
this is G-Man. G-Man has a way of just ignoring the moderator. And then getting pissed off and then bitching about it when the moderator mutes him. Which, by the way, do it a lot.
Yeah, and he thinks I can't moderate because I don't let him get with his shit. Matter of fact, that's what a good moderator does.
Exactly. So, and he asked me to moderate, and I said, okay, fine. You want me to moderate? I will. You're going to answer my fucking question. I'm going to boot you out this goddamn hangout. And when I booted him, guess who was bitching the next day?
G-Man.
See, that's the kind of shit that he pulls.
Argument for ignorance. You still on the live feed, buddy?
He was hot about that when I was talking to him on the phone. And I'm like, is he really mad that Red kicked him the fuck out? And I'm just looking at Hannah like, he was hot, dude. He was fucking mad.
Exactly. And, and keep in mind, this was by his request. Red, you need to learn how to moderate. Okay, you want me to moderate, motherfucker? It's just sucks to be him that he got the fucking boot when he wasn't playing the fucking rules or playing by the rules. Rules being, I ask you a question, I expect a legitimate answer without you changing the goddamn subject.
Oh yeah, I don't think he has the ability, honestly, to stay on topic.
And that's the issue you and Hannah are going to be dealing with. So keep this in mind: is that you guys are going to get frustrated with it. You guys are going to try everything to get him under control. It will not happen. Just remember this. Understand that, or I should say, I understand it's for Gus, but get on his ass hard.
That sounds kinky.
It does sound very kinky, but in the most non-kinky. Okay, sodomize him with a red hot poker.
I put the link to vote for Ronnie again in live. Joey's asking how you vote. All you do is just go with the video and like it or dislike it. That doesn't matter. Oh, so Blaster was asking. Anyways, arguing. So what do you? I mean, you said you're throwing your cast to True, right?
Hello, everyone.
Hey, buddy. How you been?
No, not too bad. Yeah, definitely. I'm voting. Well, I voted for
Smart
True.
man.
Damn it.
Smart man. See, there are people that get it out there, Red.
No. There are obviously people that don't get it.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I am so confident that I'll even let you plead your case to arguing. And to arguing, have you seen the Antonio Superrats video?
I will not be pleading my case. Instead, I'm going to be trying a different tactic. It's called the guilt trip. Arguing after all we've been through. Remember that one time at that one place with that one guy? I helped you out there, bro. And this
arguing from appeal to emotion. That's low. Yeah, appealing to bromance. That's low,
dude. All I'm saying is arguing. We've been through a lot, you and I.
Did you guys touch each other inappropriately off air or something?
Maybe in a past life, but the thing is that we've been through a lot. Like that one time at that one place with that one guy, and we did that one thing.
I heard there was two guys. Those two guys.
There was maybe two guys there, maybe three.
Jumping up and down like a chocolate cake?
Hey, it's not gay only if you suck off the tip. But what I'm saying, arguing, is that, come on, True. If you asked True to make the gayest pose in front of a green screen, he would say no.
Well, first of all, does he know the video? Have you watched Antonio's video?
No.
Okay. So Rage, why did you relate to him the story real quick? Because I'm confident in my position here that Ronnie is going to be far better chance to win than Antonio. So
okay, but arguing, you have to promise me that if you have the feeling of wanting to gouge your eyes out with a spoon, you have to change your vote.
Well, okay. So in honesty, I know only 3 people on the list. I know True Empiricism, Matt Slick, and Darwin's Deity. The rest, I have absolutely no clue who they are. So,
okay, fair enough.
Don't feel bad. 3 or 4 of them nobody even knew. Reg was just like, I just pulled them out of my ass.
Oh wait, no, Crows.
I think he was cheating just so he can get his own candidate to win.
Here's the backstory. Okay, and like I said, if you have the feeling of wanting to gouge your eyes out, then you have to change your vote. So here's what happened. So a dumb fuck by the name of Antonio Superass wanted to make a trailer for his YouTube channel, okay?
Right.
And so what he did was he commissioned a guy who is a professional filmmaker, apparently, to make a music video about his YouTube channel. And so during the filming of this, Antonio would be standing in front of a green screen, and the person making the video would say, okay, do this, now say that, this is for the music video and such. And he did everything without question. Now, the music video was made, and apparently it was really good. And so they sent him a video file to upload to his channel. Without even watching it, he uploaded the video. It was then we found out that during the filming of this, they had him do things that were questionable and say things that were questionable, yet he still did them without hesitation. And the video that was actually uploaded on his channel is the funniest thing that you will probably ever see now knowing this backstory. So
Is
with
there
that,
a copy?
Oh yes, there is definitely a copy. And so if I send you the link, and we're going to be doing 2 girls, 1 cup rules here, you have to watch the whole thing.
Okay. How long is it?
About 5
15.
minutes.
Yeah, it's about 5 minutes, and it's something you will gouge your eyes out with, but he's not going to change his vote because it's only 1 degree of dumb fuckery.
He's going to change it.
No, reserve judgment. Let's have a look.
No.
No, yes, Steve.
No, I'm confident that he'll keep his vote with Ron.
Then why do you sound so nervous?
I don't sound nervous.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I have to make sure that he doesn't stray from the path of dumb fuckery.
Yeah, it doesn't stray
but a
from
true
the
dumb
path.
fuck is Ronnie. One guy making I can't curse right now. My daughter just came in. Dumb effery. It doesn't make one qualified to be the dumb F of the year. I think she just came in.
Oh wow. Okay,
Honey,
so
you here? Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
oh, the lively copy got deleted. What?
So, all right. So, argument's gonna. Did you give him a link? He's watching that video.
Well, I did have a link. It was to LiveLeak, but LiveLeak took it down due to copyright. So I'm gonna have to blast it over Hangouts, which I don't think we want to do again.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I do. I think I might have a link for it somewhere to a different location that it's at.
Yeah, Kevin uploaded it on his second channel. If I can just remember what his second channel was.
We'll find it for him. But either way, how about this? Arguing for ignorance. Worst case, I don't mind if you split your vote and give them both a vote.
No, I mind.
Oh my God! See, I'm the
vote
peacemaker. I'm the pacifist.
and
I am the
vote
negotiator.
Antonio.
Look at Reds. Fucking arrogant prick.
Fuck your negotiations.
Yeah.
Like I said, so I'm gonna send you arguing from ignorance. Yeah, I can send you a file either over Skype or through a file share, like a Dropbox or something, and then you can watch it later.
Sure, no problem. Put it in a Dropbox. Give me the link, and I'll have a look.
Sweet. I'm gonna start uploading it right now. Actually,
It's
I'll
pretty
do it.
funny. No, I'm not
I'll
gonna
do it
lie. It's
through,
pretty funny,
G Drive.
but it's not. It's so not the amount of stupid shit that Ronnie said over the last year.
I'm sorry,
Dude, come
but
on.
this.
He said most scientists use water for their aqueous solutions. No shit. How dumb is that?
He doesn't think the Earth is flat.
You know what? I don't even know anymore. Ronnie said he wasn't a young earther one time either, and I was espousing the young earth creationist belief. So, maybe he is a flat earther. He doesn't want to admit it. He is that dumb. Come on. We all know Ronnie's that stupid to be a flat earther. Let's be realistic here.
Yeah, but he hasn't come out as a flat earther.
Well,
So
I
my boy
want
wins.
Amplify to watch that video. I'm confident. And then he could join the campaign and make a little 1 minute video, acknowledging the dumb fuck of the year for Ronnie and tell all his people to go vote for Ronnie. He doesn't have as many as King Crocoduck, but we'll see. I'm trying to get King to do something like that, but he's doing some stuff for his master's degree right now.
Listen, arguing. After watching this, you will lose all faith in humanity. You
assume that he had
see-
faith in humanity to begin with.
Okay, arguing. Can you do something for me?
Shoot.
All right, look up. No, higher, way up, above the clouds. Arguing, that's rock bottom. All right, that is where true empiricism is. Where you are right now in this hypothetical, that's where Antonio is. So vote Antonio. You're a smart dude. I know you'll come to the right decision.
But does my vote really count? I mean, he's in 4th place. I feel like
Thank
I'm
you.
throwing away my votes.
There you go.
Okay, arguing. This is why I think that we can make a very strong campaign, and we can make Antonio win this. Because after you watch this, you will be dedicated to the cause because you know who the real dumb fuck is. Because your knowledge of the real dumb fuck is inside you right now.
It comes from within.
It comes from within. That it actually more towards the stomach region as you're vomiting all over your screen.
And if I could, like I said, if I could still convince you that true is the way to go, will you join the campaign for Ronnie?
Not a chance in hell. Fuck you, Steve.
Not you. Arguing.
I'm no. I'm staying impartial. I'm just my vote was for, and I might change my vote, but I'm not going to campaign for any candidate.
Why?
No. I think you misspoke there. What you meant to say was you are going to change your vote after you see this video.
If it's hilarious, I might.
It's pretty funny.
It's hilarious. And right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a link in the side chat right now. It's a G Drive download link. There you go. Download it, watch it, and then I want to hear your reaction.
Somebody in the live feed like, who's the guy that drinks his piss, and how do I vote for him?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be Pete Shea, by the way. And I'm not going to give you the video link to go vote for him. He only has like 20-something votes or something. I don't know what it was. Some low amount. Yes, it's pretty dumb. I mean, don't get me wrong. Oh my God, do you realize that voting ends in 2 weeks? It's already been 2 weeks. Damn, this month is going by fast, motherfuckers. Who's vaping?
Your mom's vaping.
I think Sidestrike is. Hey, Sidestrike, so I got to ask you, has Kenny ever, I mean Kenny as in Ken Ham, ever had a little go back and forth with you on something you tweeted to him?
I've never seen him go back and forth with anyone.
Yeah, he's all receive, no transmit, right? I mean, he's all transmit, no receive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And mostly hit and run.
See, I don't get that. I mean, people that tweet usually at least respond to people. I mean, what's the point of just throwing out tweets? At least, respond to some of them, right? I mean, I even have people like Creation Cat, Logic, Sargon. They at least they'll respond to you if you say something they found interesting, especially if you don't agree with them, right? You would think that freaking Kenny would at least try to respond to some of his criticism, but he doesn't give a fuck one way or another, man.
Well, he has said publicly that he doesn't. He said that he doesn't read them publicly.
That's even worse.
Yeah, it's not meant to be just a commercial. That's not what
Yeah,
Twitter's for.
exactly. Well, there's a rule in the. Do you follow the creation one of the creation communities on Facebook? It's called Creationism. A lot of the members of the Great Debate community are in that particular one, and there's a rule there. If you start a thread, you need to engage on that thread. You can't just post and run, or it gets deleted. Which makes sense, right?
I would
I actually
agree.
like that rule.
So, arguing from ignorance. Once you watch that video, and then you start seeing the awesomeness that is Antonio's dumbfuckery, how
I'm
are you going
halfway
to be
through it
campaigning
now.
for?
Say again?
Oh, really? Oh, you're watching it now. Sorry.
It's 5 minutes
sorry,
long.
go
Give the guy 5 minutes, and then he'll realize, yeah, you know what? This is extremely dumb fuckery. The guy was an idiot, but it pales to the comparison to that which is Ronnie, who literally has hundreds of videos this year, each one demonstrating a massive amount of dumb fuckery. Not just one
Keep digging,
video.
Steve. It'll make your disappointment that much more satisfying.
There's only one video with Antonio being a dumb fuck like that. Now his other videos, that he's in talking about flat Earth is dumb fuckery, but we can't just go by that because shit. All flat Earthers are dumb fucks. That's a given.
Let's see what he says.
I can't believe Von Helton has 275 votes now.
Von Helton might actually win.
Yes, he's actually was in the lead until Joey had actually voted for True Empiricism, putting True Empiricism at 297.
Yeah, G-Man was upset that True Empiricism was going to win Dumbfuck of the Year. Like, he was, when I spoke to he kind of mentioned it casually. But
right, good point. G-Man will get livid if his science guy, the person, this is why, and I said this before. Look, this is their science guy. If the science guy gets dumb fuck of the year, we can mock them forever, saying, "Hey, Clown Car Posse, the guy that you nominate is the go-to science guy is the dumb fuck of the year." What does that tell you?
I like that there's competition though.
Yeah, it does make it more interesting. Oh, Red says has like 3 times the turnout on this particular dumb fuck of the year than any other, I think.
Yeah, about 1,200 people have voted so far, which
Wow.
is amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
what did G-Man win like 2 years ago? He only won like 120 some odd votes, wasn't it? So yeah, it's much bigger this year.
As it stands, Von Helton is first with 275.
Nope, Ronnie is 297.
Oh, 297 now?
290,
Has it changed?
297.
Really?
Yeah, I just updated because people have started voting for Ronnie.
Uh,
Every hangout, I get some people to vote for him. I'm campaigning. Did you guys see my G Plus post on it? My little, I so suck at Photoshop, which is actually GIMP.
Again, my goal is simple. Show as many people this video while explaining the backstory. They'll immediately change their vote.
Here, wait. No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
Here we go. This is my little tribute to Ronnie here. Fiona says a vote for Ronnie is a vote for making Doubling Down great again. Fiona, I stand with Ronnie.
Don't
hate.
Come on, arguing. You have to see.
You guys want?
see
By the way, you guys want to see a really great pair of boobies?
Yes.
Let me guess. It's birds.
They're blue-footed boobies.
Yes. Look at those. Look at these boobies. They're gorgeous, man.
They are gorgeous boobies. I will give them that.
We're still going on this thread. It's like 3 times longer now. With just bird puns, This is what we do when we get bored. This bird puns, but those are a nice set of boobies.
Arguing, have you seen enough to understand the magnitude of his dumbfuckery?
what's up with the neon signs in the background?
That's just because neon signs are easy to make in video editing programs. You know that.
It's a sailor.
Exactly.
And then men only.
Exactly.
It's not supposed to really have a coherent theme to it, I don't think.
Fill me up, sexy.
Yes.
Sexy.
Now, come on, does that really negate all the dumb fuckery Ronnie's done over the last year?
It is weird. It's like if you've seen the South Park episode where Butters did the music video.
Yes. What in the butt?
Yeah.
Yep. Little gay kid from YouTube. Exactly.
Serious.
And keep
what in the butt vibes from this?
but keep in mind, Antonio is not gay. and was thinking that he was making something else entirely. It wasn't until after he actually watched the video that he uploaded that he realized that something was wrong and that they trolled the fuck out of him. But keep in mind, in order for them to actually make the video in the first place, he had to say all the things and he had to do all the moves and dance the dance. And he didn't once think to himself, maybe something is wrong here.
He looks very happy making it, though.
Exactly.
Having a really good time.
But come on, again, is that worthy enough to eliminate all the dumb fuckery Ronnie's
Think of
done?
the backstory arguing. Think of the backstory.
Pseudoscientist.
Well, you got to remember, Ronnie had said that, basically, he had all these qualifications. He was the expert. People would be intimidated to be able to talk to him if they knew his credentials. Every time he has a video, his science is wrong. I mean, I don't think I could find a single video I could not point out some major scientific error that he has made. Look at his latest one. He said that, for scientific consensus, you need to go out and you need to survey all 6 million scientists. What?
Antonio thinks the Earth is flat. At least true empiricism can get that far ahead. His fuck up a pie is nothing compared to the dumb fuckery that is a flat Earth.
Hey, I was the first one to like Lawrence's Krauss.
And not only that, they've been fucking up pies since the beginning of this year, and Ronnie only recently did that, so they get dibs.
Well, I mean, okay, what do you mean we only recently started fucking up pie? The fact is he fucked up pie. What's the ratio of the circumference? Oh, the value of pi can change depending on your measuring system. No, it doesn't.
These are people that don't understand pi and don't believe in math, okay? I think I win there.
You in math, bro? You in math? George Mayer's like, so many dumb fucks, so only one choice.
You have to see the light at this point, the dumb fuck light.
You could vote for more than one person, but it's kind of foolish too. But
yeah, it's kind of foolish. So vote for Antonio, the obvious choice at this point.
Nah, I'm sorry, Red. I've got to stick with true.
Arguing from ignorance, you are a very brilliant. See, this is why I always liked him. He's a very brilliant man.
Arguing, may your crotch be infested with the crabs of.
You know what? I'm gonna like your Brexit video, even just for that.
And may your arms be too short to scratch. Can't believe this.
Yeah, you got 300,000 likes on that video now already. Damn.
I don't know, actually.
See, we don't know shit about Brexit over here. We're Americans. We don't give a fuck.
After all we've been through arguing, this is how you do me.
It was a great.
There's no loyalty on YouTube, people. There's no loyalty. Just keep that in mind.
Obviously.
These hoes ain't loyal.
If you guys, by the way, if you guys have not subscribed to Arguing from Ignorance, I'm putting his page in the live feed. So go subscribe.
I am
he
still
has a lot of videos.
Subscribed, now reluctantly.
There you go. See, I put a shout out to your channel. There you go.
Thanks. I should do more hangouts.
You should do more hangouts. You hardly ever drop by.
I don't know. I watched maybe a third of your hangouts. Not
you gotta drop in more often. I mean, you know what? I'll even let you pick the topic if you want, but not Brexit because I really don't know anything about that shit.
Well, they're often on quite late here, so I tend to drift off to sleep with them.
We can get Kent Hovind to join us. Would you want that?
Arguing. I have a topic. How it is that you were fooled into making the most horrible decision of your entire life by not voting for Antonio.
I think I'll get over it.
It puts my credibility into question, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Drag, is this credibility in question because he votes for Ronnie?
Yes.
No, you voted for Ronnie.
I'm always in question.
Oh. Isaiah, you voted for Ronnie too, right?
4 times.
That's my boy, yes.
Okay, hang on. I gotta have at least one victory here. Side strike.
Stand loud and proud, my friend. 4 times.
Hang on. Side strike.
I was an Antonio voter.
Yay!
There's only one traitor amongst the mist, isn't there?
I at least have one person that knows the truth.
Hey, let's ask Isaiah what we got in here. Isaiah, what's the story with the dinosaur and the bird in the stomach? Was that contemporary? Was that a non-avian theropod that they found with it, or was that some other fossil that was laid on top at a different time that just happened to die in the same place?
It was a dinosaur with a bird in its stomach, like a non-avian dinosaur.
It was a non-avian theropod.
Yeah, that ate a bird, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the problem here?
I don't know how I don't know how the argument would then follow birds aren't related to dinosaurs. I mean, if my cousin cannibalized me, that wouldn't mean I'm not related to my cousin anymore.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not seeing how it follows that. Because I mean, if that's what it is, I mean, I was thinking maybe they like some kind of modern bird, and I'm like, well, that'd be a problem. But if it was just some kind of a bird back then, because they were divergent back then, there would have been birds contemporary with them. Why would be the problem there? Birds are old. Birds have been around a long time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting the argument. I mean, chimps eat other chimps. Does that mean chimps aren't related to
Do they?
other
That's kind of nasty.
chimps?
Yeah, the first birds were 140 million years ago, so the dinosaurs only died out 65 million years
That's
ago. So.
Mr. Archaeopteryx to you.
Yeah, they weren't a true. I mean, they were a cousin of modern birds. Modern birds didn't evolve from Archaeopteryx, right? But anyways, we're getting the paleontologists here Friday. So Isaiah, you are joining us for that, right?
Seriously unbelievable.
Yeah,
Even after knowing the backstory.
Well, if it's any consolation, my vote wouldn't have made a difference.
No, when do votes ever make a difference?
Yeah, he's at
This-
315 now. I don't know how that happened. That's crazy.
This isn't the Electoral College, and honestly, it's the thought that counts. So,
You know, like I said, I was willing to say, you know what, you can go vote for Antonio too, and make vote for each person because I was being nice to Reds. But you see how you're criticizing him that he stabbed you in the back, but look what you did to me. You did me wrong because I was like, hey, you know what, you can vote for both, and you're like, no, yeah. So see what goes around comes around, biatch.
are arguing from ignorance. I hope you see the light and realize the magnitude of Antonio's dumbfuckery, and realize that it completely outdoes everyone else's dumbfuckery.
And by the way,
I'm
nobody's getting a free
disappointed-
puppy. I just want you guys to know that before we end this soon. Nobody
I'm
gets
just
a free puppy,
disappointed Matt
sorry.
Slick is doing so badly. He's all the way down at 45. That's
Surprising, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, surprising. I was supposed to have somebody who's really good friends with Matt was supposed to have him or Andrew Rappaport defend their claim that polonium halos indicate a young Earth. I'm going to have to get back a hold of them again because I don't want to let that go. I mean, it's the one thing I know about. So, I mean, they can sit there and talk about their P and Q and not P all the fucking day long, and it bores me. Although I do know the argument, but I mean, when they start saying things like polonium halos, okay, yeah, I'm down. I can talk about that. By the way, I've got the best argument in the world. Argument for ignorance. You want to hear it?
Go for it.
Okay, right here. Tell me if this is flawed or not. This is perfect. Ready? P, therefore P, I win. There you go.
Yeah, it's sound.
Yep,
He
there you
Max
go.
slicked him. He slicked him.
There you go. I win. I have the best. You cannot ever falsify that argument. That's beautiful. P, therefore P.
It's trivially fucking true.
Yep. I win.
Hey,
So therefore God, therefore God. There you go. Of course, there would also be not God, therefore not God, which is confusing. But
I do love Matt Slick's denial after speaking to Alex Malpass.
it's criminal.
I've rewatched that hangout, and Slick will not accept it. He no.
Do you think his brain just shut down or something? I mean, do you think he's so invested in his tag and all that he just for the life of him cannot let this go, even though Alex, I mean, you couldn't refute what Alex has said, right? I mean, Alex has made a astronomically sound argument of why that is a syllogism that he's saying that just it doesn't do anything. It's not salvageable. It's trivially true for what he says, but you can't fix it. It's just not fixable.
Well, okay, so I'm now going to try something that I haven't been able to do in like 3 days. So I'm going to
Hang on a
head
second.
out.
1 second. I got to step away for a second.
Yeah. So Drag, wish me luck. I'm actually going to try and eat something. Hopefully I don't throw it up. So with that, I'm going to say see you later, Steve. See you later, Side Strike. See you later, Isaiah. See you later, Dragnot. And arguing, how could you?
I know, I'm a traitor.
You traitorous son of a... Anyway, I'm out.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Bye.
Let's see what the live chat says. Beasley just sniped Tom's room. Be careful of a sock named Bob. Oh, come the fuck on. Come on. Come on. I'm going to invite Hannah in here. So I need to find this Beasley sock.
Okay, sorry about that.
Beasley is going around sniping people's hangouts.
Oh yeah, don't invite Beasley anymore. He will snipe your hangout. So
Well, he has a sock now named Bob, which is that creative. It's very, very creative.
Yeah. Well, I'm being a little more.
Ooh.
I'm being a little more selective.
Why did you invite him before?
I didn't.
Oh yeah, that was.
I invited him, but I didn't know he knew how to snipe people, and then he sniped my hangout. So.
Anyways, I so lost my train of thought in all this. Red's left.
Yeah, he said bye.
Yeah, what was it? I was going to go somewhere with this, and I totally lost my train of thought on it. Oh well. But anyways, yeah. So arguing for ignorance, we were talking about real quick about Matt Slick. I am surprised Matt doesn't have more votes, but in a way, it really doesn't surprise me. Most people, they don't care about Matt Slick. I mean, if he won the dumb fuck of the award, he wouldn't care, right? I mean, I want somebody to win it it's gonna haunt them, like Ronnie. He's never gonna live that down if he wins.
Poor old Ronnie does try, though. He really does put. Well, he puts a lot of effort, it seems, into reading things that he really doesn't understand, but he really does.
Yeah, I don't think Matt's dumb. Matt's not dumb. He's just
no, Ronnie, not Matt.
Oh, Ronnie. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say because Matt, I don't think Matt's dumb. He's just honest. I think Ronnie is dumb though. I really do. I think that he doesn't think things through. He lets his ideological positions interfere with his ability to understand science. Hang on.
It's like a teenager that's very impulsive. Like they'll just go for shit, and they really don't think it through. And then when they get stuck in a spot, then they go, oh well, such and such, such and such.
Okay, sorry about that. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised Matt has that fewer votes, but the fact that he just doesn't understand what Alex is saying. Have you talked to Alex before arguing? Do you know Alex?
Alex Malpass?
Yeah.
No, I've never spoken to him.
Okay.
I have seen.
I'll have him drop by one of these days. We'll have a hangout, and maybe we can just talk on a few things. He'll contact me every so often on like Facebook and G+, and we'll just kick it. Because I mean, he knows I don't shit about philosophy, but I like how he teaches it. I like how he explains it, and so I a long time ago, I'd be like, hey, I don't understand this. Help me out, kind of thing. And he takes the time to explain to people. Very nice, intelligent man.
I really like him. He's one of the. Well, I don't know if he's one of my top YouTubers, but he's certainly somebody who I'll definitely sit down and make a note if he posts a video. I'll definitely sit down and watch it.
Yeah, him and Dave S. are really good at this stuff. I wish I had learned more about predicate and propositional logic and disjunctive syllogisms, and I maybe one day I'll just sit there and break them all down and say, okay, this is how you do this kind of syllogism, right? I mean, I know modus ponens and tollens, and I know affirming the consequent, and I know there's other types of disjunctive syllogisms like P or Q, not P, therefore Q, and then if it's like P or Q, not Q, therefore P, it's a fallacy. I don't know. It's just confusing which one's which, I don't know how you guys memorize all that shit.
You don't kill that dog.
Yeah. Yeah, let me go get him real quick. He's fucking having a conniption fit. One sec.
Steve's gonna go put his thumb in his butt. My 5-year-old didn't like that, evidently.
Oh my God, damn Chihuahuas! They're just.
That's a Chihuahua?
Yeah, I thought it was the other dog. That was Andy, but it was Angel. That was a Chihuahua. It's a loud Chihuahua. Anyways, okay, so where are we going from here? Anybody want to like rejoin? Do a rejoin or anything?
Hold
I
on.
ran
Silly
upstairs.
Samson.
You want to touch about your fight real quick?
Oh God, no! That's just fucking stupid.
Well, he does. Like I said, he doesn't think it's ever going to happen, and I don't think it's ever going to happen. I don't think he ever really expected it to happen.
He's trying to find a way out, and so even when I offered like have people pay for his plane ticket, he's like, "No, I don't want to have anyone pay for me." But well, what's the nearest place to you? And I'm like, we live 11 hours away from one another.
Yeah, that's quite a distance, actually, though.
And I offered the plane ticket because we can go to New York, where Hannah is on neutral ground. She has a place that we can go, and she's already offered to do so. And she can set up the fundraiser, make everything easy. All you gotta do is show up.
Yeah,
that's it. Be at the airport.
A fundraiser, though. I don't know.
But he's trying to find a way because I guess he doesn't notice, or he's not noticed yet that I say certain things just to see if people pick it up. One of the things that I stated in my recent video is that the fundraiser was a stipulation, either no fundraiser or no game. He immediately went for the no fundraiser, so he could see if I would quit.
Right.
So now
he really doesn't. He would not want this to happen in real life.
No.
Just be realistic. I gotta do it. I think on the 1st I'm gonna start a Patreon campaign, like Annabelle suggested. Just to get people like $1, $2 a pop or something would be very beneficial. Because I'm trying to bring a bigger name guest. I mean, like I said, I have talked to, I did get a correspondence from Mary Schweitzer. I have gotten a correspondence with a guy named, what's his name? Frank's. He's a professor that actually did the review for Dr. Rana's book, The Cell's Design. I got to ask PZ Myers a question the other day too. So I mean, I am trying to get people to come to my channel and talk. We're having, Dr. Ross and Fazrana again next Wednesday. Argument from Ignorance. Are you going to join us for that, or at least watch?
Depends.
Yeah, I mean, I found the last 2 discussions, I think, quite interesting. Ronnie's take was also interesting.
Well, I want to get this one to be a little more, and I hate to use the word adversarial, but technically it suits. Not confrontational, not like we're dogging on them, but I want more hard-ball questions. And I even told Fuzrana this was not going to be as soft as the last one. And so I want atheists, especially that really know these arguments, to really address their claims about intelligent design, like seeing complexity in biological things. I know you're not a biologist, but I think you could do the reasoning pretty well if you wanted to, right? Against intelligent design?
Probably.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be fun. I'm going to have people cycle in and out, so, if you want to join, that's fine. It's going to be fun, though. I think this is going to be a really good hangout. But if I can get Mary Schweitzer to come in for about a half hour or so, that would be amazing.
Kent Hovind.
Well, we've already engaged with Kent.
Yay.
Yeah. I think arguing, you've even engaged with Kent, haven't you?
He actually challenged me to a debate a few days ago, which I'm sure he does with plenty of people.
Who did? Kent did?
Kent Hovind.
Oh, yeah, he does that with a lot of people. He challenged Logic to a debate, Armor Skeptic to a debate. It's like the Nephi thing, right? That's all they do. It's like, oh, well, let's debate. Let me explain this to people. Debating is not where it's solved, right? I don't debate. I only debated Wayne Fillmore. I kicked his ass. Sorry, Wayne. I love you, but I kicked his ass. He actually gave up young Earth creationism because of it, arguing from ignorance. He literally got beat so bad about macroevolution that he realized I was right, capitulated I was right after the debate, and then gave up young Earth creationism, and now is an advocate person against young Earth creationism.
God damn.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often, but so I'm not fearful of debating. People say you're scared of debate. No, why would I be scared of debate? I did exceptionally well and even got somebody to convert, but I don't want to debate people like Ken Hovind because that's their forte, right? They can gish gallop and they can shotgun and do all these different duplicitous things to a debate that they cannot have in a regular discussion, right? So when I talked to Ken Hovind about those radiometric claims that he had, he couldn't go anywhere with it. Right? He even said, well, I can't go back in time to change them once it's been printed. Well, that's tacitly telling me that he knows that they were wrong. Right?
Kent Hovind's arguments haven't changed in 10 years anyway.
Try 20. Except for now he's an anti-vaxxer.
Oh, yeah. That's right. He married Mary Toko, didn't he?
Yeah. But that would be awesome, though. Have Kent come in here. Have you, me, Logic, Skeptic. Let's see, who else could be really good to go? Oh, King Crocoduck. He challenged King Crocoduck, too.
Yeah, he's challenged Thunderfoot. Also, I think Mary Schweitzer.
Has he?
I think so.
What did he challenge her about? I mean...
Oh, he challenges all sorts of people.
That's fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's funny as Steve Brown keeps saying, well, Schweitzer's work was wrong, and then when Isaiah and I asked him, well, what was wrong about her work, he's never even read her papers.
There you go. He's challenged Bill Nye, Michael Shermer. I can never pronounce his name, but Michio
Kaku?
Yeah.
Michio Kaku. Yeah.
Bill Donahue, because he doesn't like Catholics very much. King Crocoduck. Steve Anderson, because what did Steve Anderson do? I think he called him
Steve Anderson, the pastor?
Yeah.
Well, I would think that he's on Steve Anderson's side. They used to get along. Steve Anderson actually interviewed him in prison.
It was after Kent was divorced. I think Steve Anderson called him some sort of heretic, and Kent.
Oh, so there's ascension among the race.
Yeah. William Lane Craig is challenged to a debate. I can't imagine what problem he's got. Oh, Old Earth maybe.
Well, that's why he doesn't like to do these types of hangouts, because again, they're not debate format, and he gets his ass handed to him every time.
Hugh Ross, he's challenged to a debate.
Yeah, in fact, Dr. Safadi was supposed to debate Ross, and I even asked Safadi, I was like, you want to come in and make this happen? I was like, I'll have a debate on my channel, you and Dr. Ross, one-on-one, mano-y-mano. And he's like, well, I'm too busy with my book at the moment. I'm like, well, yeah, but you're the one that said Dr. Ross was supposed to debate me. And I'm like, well, I can make that happen. And he's like, he doesn't want it to happen.
No, Kent Hovind's got a list of demands for debates that he uses to sort of back out. You have to be sufficiently famous is the one that I think he used to back out of King Crocoduck's. Because, so his stipulations are, it must be at a physical venue, not on the internet. It must be about evolutionism, not Christianity. Kent Hovind has to have 50% of the time. He must be allowed to sell copies on his website for profit, and you must be sufficiently famous.
Yeah, it's kind of retarded.
You've got to be...
He's the one that challenged... Wait. He challenged King Crocoduck in one of his videos.
Yeah.
In one of his video, he said, I will take King Crocoduck on and blah, blah, blah. He's done that with a few people, so what a bullshitter.
But no, so far, I think the Drunken Peasants, Thunderfoot, and King Crocoduck have accepted challenges, and he's backed out of all three, so... Who knows why.
Yeah, Eric is probably easier nowadays to talk to. Eric, he's debated Isaiah twice.
Eric is a fucking cocksucker.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he's an idiot. Yeah, complete idiot, and he kind of knows it too. I think he deep down knows he's not very intelligent. But he's selling a product, right? I mean, he's selling a creationist today marketing. He separated from his dad, took his dad's shit, took his house, took his Dino Creation Museum shit, and he started his own ministry, and they're at odds with each other because of it. It's all about greed, people.
Isn't he selling some type of nut supplement that's actually quite poisonous or something?
Yeah, well, he sells. Okay, well, there's something called Laetrile, which was the name brand of amygdalin, which is colloquially known as vitamin B17. But there's no such thing as vitamin B17. It's not really one of the B17 B series. But they call it B17, and what it was based upon was apricot seeds back in the 70s were supposed to be used as a treatment for cancer, breast cancer especially. And they found out that the shit doesn't work. As a matter of fact, it does more damage than anything else. And the fact that people that are going for these Laetrile would end up dying. The women would die because they weren't getting conventional treatment. Okay, so the FDA put a ban on it as a cure for cancer. So they can't say it's a cure for cancer. That's against the law, and he has been doing that.
Yeah, he's explicitly said that vitamin B17 cures cancer.
Yeah, and that's against the law to do that, because what happens is it breaks down to cyanide in your body, and the cyanide is what's supposed to attack the cancer cells. And he's like, well, yeah, but it's perfectly harmless because it's not that type of cyanide, blah, 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 blah. But I think it was Hogtie that actually pointed out that the biochemistry of it, and yes, it is harmful. I think it was Hogtie.
Actually, on that particular issue, on the amygdalin, that was one where Eric responded on Twitter.
What did he say?
When I mentioned that, it was some non-committal. I'm just selling a product. I don't manufacture it. Something of that sort. It was quite a long time.
So you're selling poison and you don't care one way or another.
That was pretty much it. But
what a fucktard.
I'm not sure he's not concerned with reality.
You're a fucktard, Mr. Kent.
Okay,
I know who did it, but do you guys know who sang that?
Absolutely.
Who was it?
Can I say Johnny Goomba?
Johnny Goomba. You're a fucktard. Yes. I couldn't get that song out of my head the first time I ever heard it.
No, especially after you watch the second version, the colorized cartoon version, made it much better.
I don't know if I've seen it. I'll have to look again. Indeed. By the way, everybody, True Empiricism is now at 316 votes. Yes. He is dominating now. He's taking the lead over Von Helton by a margin of let's see here. How many votes does Von Helton have?
Von Helton, last time I checked, had 275.
All right, 275. Then he's okay. Ronnie's ahead by 41 votes.
Damn, dominating.
That's pretty significant at this point. Oh, let me mute one second. Okay, you're very welcome. Thank you. Oh, freaking dogs. Okay. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, so, I mean, you don't want to do a small campaign, just like a meme or something, are you making us? Anything to help us out to add votes to his campaign? Come on, brother.
He needs my help. 315, that's streaks.
Well, yeah, but every little bit helps. Let's dominate. Come on, man. Just make a 1-minute video. That's all you got to do is say, you know what? For this year, I'm endorsing for the dumb fuck of the year, Red's rhetoric for such great liners as DNA degrades in water and pi, the value of pi changes depending on the system of measurement you use. Vote Ronnie. I stand with Ronnie. Come on, just for us. Come on. You know what? I'll return the favor one day when I get like 10,000 more subscribers. I will owe you one. You'll have one in the bank, man. Come on, that's solid, dude. By the way, I'm going to be having a. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Has he changed his position on DNA dissolving in water yet?
Fuck no.
No, really.
No. Matter of fact, it's funny because Tetrahedron the other day was like in a group on Facebook explaining to Herman Mays, who's a PhD in evolutionary biology, why DNA degrades in water, and he's like, this PhD is like, you're an idiot, dude. And then we told him we told him like, how, show us the hydrolysis, show us how this happens in pure water, what happens, and he says, oh, I didn't know you meant pure water. Oh, fucker. Seriously.
This happens in Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I'm like, really? That's just so fucking retarded. I'm explaining to him about nucleases and DNases and what happens, how they break down the DNA. And he's like, well, yeah, but you can never have pure water, therefore DNA degrades in water. I'm like, you're just so goddamn
never
dumb.
Have pure water. So you can never have water let's just say hot enough to denature.
You could have pretty pure water at some point. I mean, there's always going to be probably some level of impurity, but
yeah.
But how much of that expensive water that you do for your testing? That shit ain't cheap, and that's been denucleazed and deionized, right?
Yeah, I'm saying it's been boiled and it's been sterilized and deionized to the point that there won't be any proteins in there to really affect your results. And so that's what I'm trying to figure out when he says, well, not pure water. Well, what is he talking about? Tap water or what?
Fuck if I know. That's what I guess we think the experiments are done with tap water, I guess. I'm like, really? That's how you're going to back out of this the entire time? Because Ronnie was a dumb fuck? But will you think about it, arguing? Just think about it. A 1-minute video, how do you do that? I mean, that takes you, what, 10 minutes? Come on.
Oh, 1 minute of video takes me hours.
Oh, no. Well, actually, it could sometimes. But no, you don't do anything like elaborate.
I could make you a video and you could put it on your channel.
But that doesn't do me any good. Oh, it does. But I mean, I want you to do. I mean, to do it on your channel. because you have the viewers. I only have I'm just coming up to 1,000, by the way. And by the way, I will be having a hangout on my 1,000th. I need about 80 more, so if people want to send me some subs, you can mention my channel too.
I haven't done a shout-out video in a long time. I suppose I could do that.
Yeah, see, there you go.
I just got to 500. I just got to 500. I'm embarrassed to say, woohoo, milestone.
By the way, I need to ask you a question, but I don't. How should I phrase this so people don't? Can I mention about another video that we both know of? No, okay.
It's fine.
Because I want people. Because I mentioned people that I got it from somebody else, but I want people to know that the video on Ronnie with the TV and all that I modified. I did add a lot more X's and corrected a little bit, but that actually was done by AIG for my channel. So I do appreciate that. He took the time to do that wonderful video about every time Ronnie spoke, it would go beep. If there's a mistake with his little bobber going across the bottom. He donated that to my channel, which was very nice of him. So say thank you. Everybody say thank you, Arguing.
Who?
Argument for Ignorance.
Oh, this guy, the sheep.
Yeah, sheep. Yeah, he did. He's got mad skills.
Why does that sound familiar? Argument from Ignorance. I'm gonna look that up.
So, but go subscribe to him. He's got about 20,000 viewers, subs.
From Ignorance.
So, anyways, I'll promote his channel. I mean, just go sub to him. I'll put his link in the side chat again here. One sec.
He is a sheep. Let me see.
Yeah, he really is a sheep, though. Don't bash on sheeps because he just happens to be a sheep that can use a computer.
I've seen.
Of course, it's not like Creationist Cat. He didn't get zapped with lightning or something.
I know I've seen one of his videos before. I'm trying to remember because the format looks.
He did one. Didn't you do one about King? Oh, excuse me. Fucking Hovind's experiment with rocks and water.
Yeah. Way back when Kent Hovind was doing a lot more Q&A questions, he's eased off them a bit now. He started this really stupid rock experiment where he was trying to prove, I guess it was satire, although at times I'm not sure if he believed it was satire. I think he might have been proving a point. But he did this stupid experiment where he got a mug of water and he put some rocks in it and was demonstrating to everybody that they weren't evolving, therefore evolution is false. And so all I did was I just collected together it did take a while, but I collected together all the clips from these videos and stuck them together. And if you've ever seen The Martian with, what's his name? Matt Damon, there you go, the film. I copied the video overlay and just sort of mimicked it. And I don't know, I had a bit of fun with it. And it's not really in keeping with the theme of my channel, but I still thought it was so hilarious.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to diversify a little bit.
But no, I didn't monetize it or anything because I was a bit worried that it might get, because I didn't really do a lot with it. It's just clips of Kent, and you're never quite sure. Does it count as fair use? Maybe, I don't know. So
it's hit or miss. I've actually had 2 videos so far get flagged, not in a bad way. They were just say, oh well, the monetization goes to somebody else. I'm fine with that. It doesn't hurt your channel. And they weren't even that watched videos. So, but I've learned my lesson. Be very careful on any content, unless you're absolutely sure you can be using it without infringement. Because it is even with fair use, it can still get flagged sometimes.
Yeah.
I had one auto flag that's blocked worldwide, and that was why one of the people in Red's contest I was gunning for, but he's way behind now.
Well, one of mine got auto flagged because we used 8 seconds of the International Space Station's footage. Seriously,
how the hell can that be?
I'm telling you, you never know, because it was actually blocked in Bolivia of all places. Yeah, I don't know. I got an email from YouTube saying, this has been, picked up as, a feed that's blocked from Bolivia, and therefore you can't have it monetized, blah, blah, blah. And so we removed the monetization. It doesn't count as a strike against you, which is weird, but it doesn't. So I have a very good standing account, but it does lose your monetization on a particular video, which is only probably 40 cents, but. But I had a day where it was as high as $5.70. That's one of my highest revenues, and I had 2 hangouts that day, and they were just massively watched. So, it was one hangout and one video. I'm sorry, it was massively watched. But anyways, argue fingers. Think about it though. Like I said, just make a little video about it. You can put a shout out to my channel.
When does
as
the
well. I'm not
voting
gonna I have no
close?
pride. I don't mind. How wonderful
what-
it is to have a nice place on the G Plus that people can come go and talk about this stuff in a fair and honest way.
What's the deadline? How long have I got?
Well, literally 2 weeks because it ends December 31st at midnight.
Okay, so it's proper of the year then, not like these movie of the year that.
It's 2016 Dumb Fuck of the Year.
Okay.
And if you can get us a couple hundred votes, then it's a runaway. Then Ronnie wins. So, if you just ask your subscribers, this is the guy that I'm throwing my.
Please.
Dragnaut wants you to too. Will you agree, Dragnaut?
I will do a voice for you. Please.
There you go. If you want a collage or a cumulative effort or whatever they call it, a collaboration, whatever I can do, let me know. I don't care one another, but Drag, add his voice. Do whatever you got to do. I don't care how you want to do it. Plan it out. Do it yourself. Do it with other people. If you need me to show you videos, you need me to use my, if you want to use my icon to my channel, because promote my channel too. Yes. I don't care how you do it. Yes. Everybody wants this done, so you'd be like everybody's hero. You got mad skills, brah.
Thanks.
One of these days, I'm gonna have to learn this shit. I want to. I really do. I'm having a hard enough time with GIMP. I couldn't even imagine getting into
Well, you need to keep him tied up in your closet.
No, not that kind of GIMP, man. Not that kind of GIMP.
Animation's easy. It's just terribly time consuming.
Like I said, I have a hard time with Photoshop. So, I mean, I can do a little bit of animation in Blender, but
that's 3D, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot different using Blender than it is something like Flash. I downloaded Flash 5 and I tried to give that a shot, and I'm like, I just don't understand it. So I would have to take a course on that to actually become a Flash animator.
Yeah, when I was trying to pick which software to use, I briefly tried Flash and was just completely lost. It was all Greek to me.
That's why I can't use. I mean, I think Flash, you do have to kind of take a little bit of formal classes in it. It's not intuitive at all. But neither is Blender in a way. Blender has a very, very non-intuitive screen. It's a very steep learning curve. But I figured a lot of that out. So. But yeah, so I mean, take a few days, and see what you come up with, and then. But sooner is better because you want at least a couple days or weeks, at least a week or so before the deadline, so people can get to the video, see that you want them to go to that link, and how to vote for Ronnie, which is to like that video,
Thumbs up.
Yeah, and then sub to my channel too. So, how many people just sub to his Arguing's channel? Let's take a show of hands.
I've seen one of his videos, but did you have another channel by any chance?
No, I've only ever had this channel.
Okay, I may have just simply gotten you confused with someone else. But
although, when I join Hangouts, so the way YouTube's structured is a little bit strange, and there seems to be a main account and a brand. And so when I post to Google Plus, it uses my brand account. But whenever I join a Hangout, it uses the. So I'm called Arguing Space from Space Ignorance on Google Plus, and it's got a separate feed and everything. It's all terribly confusing, but you can subscribe on Google Plus to both of those people. So I don't know why.
I think you can change. You can actually. Well, when you log out of Google Plus and log back in, it should be under your main, not your brand account. And then you can change your brand account from there. But anyways, a lot of people in the live feed say they're subbing to you, so I got you some subs.
Oh, that's lovely.
So now you got to put stuff out, right? People, if you sub to him, they want you to make a video. So. But like I said, I'll promote your videos and stuff like that. So any help that I can get with people promoting mine, I'm greatly appreciated. And I really want Ronnie to win.
As I say, the last shout out I did was, God, maybe a year ago. That's terrible.
Yeah, it's too long.
Yeah.
See, well, I put out a shout out to yours. What are we listening to now?
Oh shit! You can hear. Is that me?
Yeah.
Sounds like Hook.
Oh dear, can you turn that down? Okay, she's not gonna turn it down.
Yeah, Ronnie's kind of taking a lead a little bit here, so that's good. But I want it to be a large enough lead that the Von Heltonites can't win. I'm not worried about Antonio Super Rats. He's so far behind. I'm really concerned about Von Helton and maybe even Darwin's. I just think we'll have so much to make fun of Ronnie for next year. If Ronnie is the dumb fuck of the year, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if you need any help, if you need anything from me, let me know. Okay, man, please.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, kind sir. Anyways, Joe, should I keep this hangout going, or is it a good time to end it? I think we're kind of winding down. I know we got a lot of viewers, but
I'd say keep it up for another hour and a half. We could just BS, and then I have my debate with G-Man, then people can transition.
I haven't been able to keep it up for an hour and a half since I was in 20s. Okay.
I see what you did.
Did you see that, man?
I see. Speaking of a topic that has nothing to do with this, have any of you been the best man in the wedding?
Yes.
Okay, so what?
More than once.
Okay, even better. So I have been elected to be the best man at my cousin's wedding, and my fat ass is having a tux shipped to me. It should arrive here. What's tomorrow? Thursday? Yeah, I think tomorrow's Thursday. So yeah, it should be here Thursday. All right. I'm gonna try it on, make sure it fits, all that good stuff. What is my role exactly? What am I expected to do?
The best man. Usually the biggest thing you have to worry about is the toast. You have to actually give the toast of the wedding, and you have to toast the bride and the groom.
Oh, no,
you have to give the toast. Yes, the best man gives the toast.
No wonder. Oh, I see why he chose me now.
Yeah. Which was kind of awkward. Actually, you know, I think about it. I was the best man for one. I was in the line for the second one. I wasn't actually the best man. I had to correct that. But the best man that I was, the guy that the girl he married, I used to date, and I had to give the toast. It was a little awkward.
Ew.
But yeah, I was like thinking the entire time, yeah, I fucked her. What are you gonna do, right? Is that bad? Is that evil? And we got in a fight over her too. I mean, he wasn't like one of my. I hate to say it, I actually love this guy, right? And take it for any context you want. No, not gay, but I really love this man. He was one of my all-time greatest friends in the military. What's that noise? Very high-pitched whine. Can you hear it?
I do.
Yeah, I think it's drag. Yeah, drag me mute you for a second.
Is that me?
Nope, it's not you.
Here, let me mute myself. See if it's me. Let me mute myself.
Yep. Oh yeah. It's definitely you. But anyways, long story short, we got in a major fight over her, and then a couple days later, he's like, "Hey, I asked Sunshine. Yeah, her name was Sunshine. Yeah, I'm not making it up. Sunshine to marry me. You want to be my best man?" I was like, "Sure." Yeah. So we patched up pretty quick. I was like, "If you love her that much, you want to marry her, fine. Whatever." They've gotten divorced and remarried like twice already, but they're still together now. And that was 30 years ago. Like you guys care. But anyways, yes. Long story short, what you got to do is you got to give them the toast, and you just got to get the groom ready. I mean, you got to make sure he's prepared and all that shit. So sometime before, during the dinner, you do a little tapping in the glass, and then they kind of tell you, like, "I like the toast, such and such, marrying such and such. I hope it lasts more than a couple months,
I wonder what I'm supposed to say.
The toast is usually supposed to be, heartfelt and a little bit of punish or joking without going overboard, which is kind of a hard line, right? Because you don't want to be like too crass, but you want people to laugh at your.
Oh yeah, well he's a sailor, so I mean, our family's gonna be there. But I have to kind of, so I'm going to try and be a little crude, but like family friendly crude, where the kids don't get the jokes.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, bow, chicka, wow, wow. You know what them say about sailors? You do know what they say about sailors, right?
40 men go in, 20 couples come back up.
Yeah. 200 men go down, 100 couples come up. Yeah, Uology says try not to write the speech the night before. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
And try to do it before you've had too much champagne.
Oh yeah.
I've been to 3 weddings. Holy shit.
My wife is saying I could have asked her, but I forgot that she actually goes to weddings. I just thought about this. I was like, yeah, if I'm being the best man, that means I have to do something.
I'm never going to get married. It's already determined. I'm fine with that.
Probably for the best.
You know what? I'm more pissed off about all the bitches that I've said. And I use the word bitch, friendly speaking. It's not a derogatory term when I use it. That I've said, oh wait, if either one of us not married in 20 years, we'll marry each other. That was 20 fucking years ago. Where the hell are they now? Yeah, I didn't think so. How long you been married now, Drag?
What, 7 years?
Yeah, wow. Hey, Ozzy. He's in the live feed.
We've been married, what, 7 years? How long have we been? I don't know. I barely remember my own birthday.
See, that's one thing you never want to say. How long have you been married? You need to know exactly to the minute.
I
to the
forgot.
minute you've been married.
I don't know. Huh? 6 years. Okay, 6 years.
But it feels like 7. Okay, you know
I've known
what?
her
This is
for
not going to
fucking
last at this
ever.
rate, Drag. Hey, honey, I know we've been only married 6 years, but you know what? It really feels like 7. Jim's like, Steve's looking for a sugar mom. No, I'm looking for a sugar grandma at this point. I want to make sure that they're not in good health and, put me in the will.
Sugar grandma? Ew.
Yeah, well, hey, you know what? It's a retirement plan, right? I dated grandmas before.
Ew.
What? I'm not lying. But they're in their 40s.
40. Oh.
My friend right now, she's 51 now, but I'm not going to go, I'm not going to do anything with her, but I dated her back when she was in her 40s, and she was a grandma then. I know 50 sounds old. I'm like, do I really want to go out with someone who's 50? I couldn't see myself doing it. That's kind of too old for me. I think 30 is about optimal. But anyways, not why I've got this beard. We don't like it. Hey, what were we going to talk to Ozzy about? I mentioned him earlier and we forgot.
Oh, yeah, Ozzy, could you come in and speak what you were speaking about and talking and saying and doing and stuff about the other hangout and stuff and Ready and Agnostics and...
Fuck that. Have him come in and just talk about building cabins.
Okay, we could do that.
Yeah, how do you do the correct kind of pitch and how do you, make sure that it's deep enough for the... I don't know.
Okay, my wife's giving me advice. She says, I'm going to be the center of attention. That's why it's important for me to get measured professionally. No dick jokes, not a lot of cussing, not a lot of big words. And she said something else that I'm not going to read on here either.
Yeah, not a lot of big words.
Yeah.
Ozzy's like, I never built a cabin. Well, you know what? There you go. That's your destiny is to go build a cabin in the woods, a log cabin from scratch, Ozzy. Mr. Outdoorsman, log clipper, lumberjack, whatever the hell it is. I actually went fishing a couple weeks ago. I tried to. I didn't catch anything. It was off the coast of San Diego, off the pier there. And I didn't even realize this. I guess I'm an idiot. I didn't realize that Tijuana was literally like right down the way there. I mean, from the pier, literally, if I had to, I probably could swim and make it to Tijuana.
You live on the tip of Cali, don't you?
I don't live on the tip of Cali. I live about an hour north of Temecula.
Hold on, let me look that up.
I'm not going to give too specific, but let's just say I'm in the Menifee, Murrieta area.
I have no clue where I'm looking at a map. Hold on. I don't know where Temecula is. I only went to like Barstow, Victorville, Los Angeles.
Still way north. Well, Los Angeles is south, but Victorville's north.
That's the only. Okay.
See, Ozzy does want to build a cabin. That would be awesome, actually. I think that'd be pretty cool. Just be careful of any brown recluses and shit. Make sure you wear gloves.
Here's Temecula. So I'm trying to see where you are in respect to Barstow. Oh, you were like way south.
Yeah, way south of Barstow.
Way south. Okay, that's why.
Yeah, I've been to Barstow many times, though, in Victorville, sure.
Barstow Station, fun family destination. Barstow
I've driven to
Station.
Vegas so many times I couldn't even count.
I still remember that stupid fucking jingle, and it's been years.
Yeah, Needles. You know where Needles is at?
Yeah, we passed that.
Yeah. See, I remember Needles as a kid because we were driving through there with my brother. He was in the truck ahead of us, and he fell asleep and rolled his truck off. And I watched the truck literally go into the ravine, and my dad, came back with blankets full of blood and shit. He survived that, but it was like, what the hell is going on here? I must have been like 8 or something. I was like, is he okay? Is he gonna live? Or So I can never forget
Took me a
needles.
while to figure out what those signs are when you're going around the mountains and you see the those yellow signs, and they have they basically signify the runaway ramp.
Yeah.
And it took it. I was like, "What are these signs?" And I kept seeing the runaway ramps, and I was like, "Oh, if the truck builds up too much momentum and the brakes are failing, then the runaway ramp is so they can work off that momentum and not kill everyone else."
I don't remember I don't remember where Ozzy's from, but I know there's brown recluses in Canada and Ontario and Quebec. Maybe he doesn't live in those areas because I told him don't get bit by a brown recluse. He's like, they don't have them here, but they do exist in Canada, Ontario and Quebec.
Yeah, they exist. They breathe ice, and they're all white with little hints of like glacier blue. And they hiss.
Ooh. Hey, Patchwork Utopia just said Nication of P just released a video endorsing Trumpism for Dumb Fuck of the Year. Let's see if let's check that out. I like Negation of P.
Hey guys, phone's dying. I think I'm gonna have to bow out.
All right.
Yeah, I want to keep this open a little bit, only until what time's your thing there, Drag?
About an hour and a half.
Yeah, I don't know if I can keep it open that long.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, but your thing. I mean, once again, G-Man and Drag are having I guess you can call it debate tonight, on Hannah's channel at 7 o'clock. So we are going to tune into that. I expect nothing less from Drag than sheer perfection and knocking out G-Man and not letting G-Man gish gallop and fucking not answer the question. So, and I will mock you if he's allowed to not answer the question, because that's what he does with me. He did that with Reds the other day. He would not answer the question. He kept going off on true empiricism, something else, and it's changing the topic. It's like, no. Here's the question. Answer the question. Don't talk about true. Don't talk about anything else. Just answer the question. So, where is this video about negation of P? Are you lying to me, people? You got me excited for nothing? Oh, here it is. Dumb Fuck of the Year, 19 views. Dumb Fuck of the Year is true empiricism, in my humble opinion. It's 3 minutes long, so I'll watch it like when we're done. I will take this video, and I want to make a video of my own using this video as something in my video. So I'm saying that negation of P officially supports Ronnie. So and argument for inconvenience, can I say you officially support Ronnie too?
Yeah, go for it.
There we go. So and I think King Crocoduck does as well. I'll tweet him tonight, and make sure I get his official, sponsorship.
The debate's about education. Yes, I'm debating G-Man about education.
What, the lack of education he has, or the importance of?
Importance of it.
Well, so you can debate one of the most uneducated guys in the community about education.
Yeah, it's ironic, I know.
I was scrolling down my Google Plus feed just now I asked Ozzy a question a little while ago. Well, I asked a question a little while ago that Ozzy answered, and I couldn't remember what it was, and I was just checking. But halfway down, I found a post that I put about G-Man a little while ago, where I quoted him from one of his videos, and he says, "Atheists hate you because you believe in God, and they want to kill you. They want to see you dead. They want to kill your loved ones. They're planning and plotting all of our deaths."
Sounds legit.
Yeah. What he said.
Yeah, because that all these atheists out there doing that. Sure.
So I'm guessing he doesn't like atheists teaching.
No, probably not.
So I don't know what his idea of education is. Presumably, wholesome Christian education.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just.
Because I've heard this a few times from G-Man, where he seems to think atheists want to kill people. It's very disturbing.
Hey, what am I going to ask real quick? We'll get back to this. If you are supporting Ronnie and you want, if I make a video in the next 4 days probably, if you are supporting Ronnie and you want something added to that video, like a meme or something you made for your endorsement, send it to me and I'll include it. And that includes anybody out there. So You know, I don't think Ozzy is gonna endorse one way or another, but that would have been really cool if I can get Ozzy's endorsement for Ronnie. Whatever.
Ozzy, vote for true.
Vote for true.
Vote for true. Vote for true.
So if I can, like I said, if I'll make something up and show all the people, hey, look, all the people voting for Ronnie. You can't be wrong. This is the argument from popularity, and I'm going to make it clear this is the argumentium from ad populum, but I don't care. At least I'm going to be honest about it. It's okay if you're honest, like, right?
Yeah, I guess there's exceptions.
Argument, yeah. There's some exceptions, you know. It's an argument from ad populum, but it must be true that Ronnie is the dumb fuck of the year. I am going through this video with quick negation of P. I haven't really watched it, but it looks like it's going to be interesting. True says, "Are you kidding me? That's your response, really? It's like asking you, hey, how are you trying to tell me the square root of 64 isn't 8? You respond, well, Google division and look up what mathematics are in numbers. You are not answering the question. You're throwing irrelevant related BS while attempting to condescend, thinking it'll be sufficient." And negation of P says, no, I am, to use your example, asking you to educate yourself as to how one determines the square root of 64 is 8. Because what you're espousing by positing this video is that you have little to no understanding of statistics. However, I may be wrong in that assessment, and all you need to do in order to demonstrate that you do, in fact, have a meaningful comprehension of the subject would be to post to the number of scientists needed to be surveyed that would constitute a valid sample size. Ronnie doesn't understand what sampling means. Ronnie doesn't understand that in statistics, you can take a representative sample and come up with a pretty good model that can be applied to the population as a whole. That's what statistics does, because it is impossible, infeasible, not practical to look at everything in a population size, right? You cannot look at every single buddy if you're doing a survey or something. That's not possible. So you take representative samples. You just have to make sure that what you're sampling is representative, right? You want to make sure that it's random. You want to make sure that you have an adequate sample size. There's a lot of things that go into statistical methodology. But Ronnie doesn't get that. He thinks to actually be a valid survey, you have to actually go ask every single scientist, do you accept evolutionary theory? Ronnie, that's fucking retarded.
That would imply he understands just a little bit about statistical analysis.
I'm surprised Ronnie didn't fuck up and say, well, the square root of 64 is 8 and negative 8, because I would have been all over that. So maybe he just got lucky on that. Because no, the square root of 64 is not negative 8, people.
If he would have said, well, no, it wouldn't even be absolute value because you couldn't do absolute value of that. It would
but the square root always could be turns a positive value.
Yeah, I thought
because you always take the principal root. So if you ask what's the square root of 64, the only answer is 8. Now you ask what numbers can you multiply together to get 64? Then you can say 6 is
you could do
8 and negative 8. Yeah.
What is it? Was it I square root negative I square root 8? There you go. There you go.
That's how you can get a negative answer.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you sneak it in there. You throw out the imaginary number. Imaginary term.
Really, Ronnie knows what I is?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. I don't think he knows what a complex conjugate is. You know. Yeah, I mean, you could take I. What is I find negative 8? Negative 8i, so it would be negative 8, but it would be imaginary negative 8. Well, if it's imaginary, it doesn't really exist. Oh, you guys just make shit up. Yeah, that's how it works.
All of you people and your silly magic.
Math is. I love when somebody says, well, math is just made up. No shit. Oh, Septivium, you must be a fucking engineer. He's like, we don't use I, we use J. Fuck you, engineers.
Oh. Okay,
why do you gotta confuse people? It's fucking I. Fuck you, J shit and K. Now I don't know why engineers do that. Why they use J? I don't.
Because I think every field has their own set of variables that they use. They have their own variables. Because I learned that K is actually used a lot in physics. Sure. I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, I mean you start dealing with orbitals and you start dealing with quantum mechanics. If you do with rotational vectors and transformations, there's actually a chart, and the chart is based upon -1, or I. It's based, not -1, the square root of -1, and it's based upon J, K, negative K, negative Ki. I mean, there's all these different things that you can look and you can say, okay, if I multiply this variable J times this variable J, what do I get? If I multiply I times I, what do I get? And there's a whole, it's really freaking complicated, actually, when you start saying, what do I get when I start multiplying these things together? It's more than just like negative I times negative I. It's k times k. It's not k squared. But negative I times negative I is -1. So there's a chart that actually shows how these things multiply down. And yeah, I don't remember how to do that crap. Oh, I guess something makes sense. I is for current, right? That doesn't make sense because if you do AC circuit analysis, when you start doing, especially if you're doing Fourier transformations, you probably don't want I to be confused with a complex number if I is going to be your amperage. So, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I haven't done circuits analysis in ages, but still. Anyways, boy, we're losing viewers left and right. Once we start talking about math, you know how that goes, right? People just tune the fuck out. But anyways, you guys want the video for negation of P?
I'm good.
I'll post in the live feed just in case.
I just watched it. It's very good.
Yeah, I'm kind of like looking through it. I can't listen to it, but I'll put it in the live feed.
He goes to a sample size calculator and sets the margin of error at 5%, the confidence interval at 99%, and the population size at 12 million. To show the sample size you'd require to represent the population, which is 1,040. Obviously, true empiricism said that the number of scientists was 9 million, I think, the number of publishing scientists. Not that you'd poll publishing scientists, you'd poll biologists, I suppose. But
I think he said there were 9 million, and he wanted, like 4 to 6 polls?
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Yes, because the only way you can determine whether or not over 50% of scientists support evolution is asking 4.5 million out of 9. Apparently.
I'm just really confused as to where, like, cause when he compares, sorry, I'm playing with my son. When he was trying to compare what is factual in science, he compared it with another poll. And I'm trying to remember what he compared it to because it was something so far removed from the topic that it didn't make sense by itself because it's ultimately an argument from population and not based on a preponderance of evidence. But he compared the sample size that he was requesting to something else, and I can't remember what it was. I'm trying.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm looking through videos here. I still got to watch Ozzy and Matt have their little discussion. Matt made it they made it public now. So
Matt Slick
Dylan
or Dylan Hunter?
No,
oh yeah. I thought it was.
I always like watching them too because I mean I'm such a staunch Ozzyist, I guess you could say. I mean I really think Ozzy position is much stronger in a lot of these things. Even though I'm not an atheist, he makes very good cases for stuff. And I think that he may one day get Matt to kind of come around, but I haven't watched that video yet, so I don't know what Matt's where he's at on all this when it comes to what makes for a better atheist to be a positive person who asserts it or just somebody who just holds a lack of belief. But I'm behind on my watching videos, people. So what am I doing here? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch that conversation with Malpass and Dylan Hunty, because after watching that one with Jimmy Stevens, man, that was boring as shit.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. I started to, but I was like, this
Don't
is not
bother.
going to hold my interest.
Because it got to a point within about 15 minutes where Malpass told Jimmy that, well, you have I'm trying to remember the exact terms too. Jimmy tried to justify his claim about his presupposition. And so there was a specific type of justification that he offered, but he needed a necessary one. I think
A
it was
non-dostastic approach?
no. I think it was he offered a substantive
rather than
justification,
necessity.
but Malpass said you need one that shows necessity, like you need this.
God has to.
be.
Well, what he's saying was, but correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like he's saying God has to exist because it can be no other way.
Yeah, basically, for Jimmy's assertion of work, he needs to demonstrate that there is no other way.
Well, that's what Jimmy did on my Facebook page a couple days ago. He's asserting that his God, that he basically says nobody can be an atheist or agnostic. Everybody's a theist because his God has told everybody that he exists. Therefore, everybody is a theist. They're just denying it. And I'm like, well, that has to be a necessary condition too. You have to demonstrate that is the only way God can be. Okay, that he has to exist by necessity. You're just asserting your God does that. Doesn't mean anything to me, right? I mean, you're just defining it that way. Oh, my God says this, therefore this must be true. Well, I'm like, I don't accept your version of God. Therefore, why would I make the concession that I'm a theist because your God, under your rules, says we're all theists? That's not making an argument. But he's convinced that his God cannot be wrong. He's convinced. You realize that he cannot be wrong, right?
Well, of course, he can actually demonstrate that, he has this special knowledge. He can simply assert it. And then one of the more interesting things is that Malpass got to that point where, he was like, well, he's not saying he rejects or accepts the claim. He just wants Jimmy to bring him over the line. Since he's saying that, well, you have to be X, then what is he said? Don't even assume that I'm an atheist. Assume that I'm another Christian, but of another stripe. And so I want to accept what you've accepted because the truth has been illuminated to you. Whatever. Show me your evidence, and that's where the conversation just went fucking circles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if I could actually watch that though. Like I said, it seems so dry, and Jimmy's a smart guy, but it's so dry.
Yeah, I mean, and you notice Jimmy definitely kind of toned his normal kind of pretentious, nonsense down because he knew he was dealing with someone that is not going to fall for that basic, well, let me ask you about your morality and different aspects about your worldview. And so Malpass was like, what does that have to do with anything? And so you see this pause, and so he's like, he doesn't actually know what to do because that's his goat. Like he has a flow chart that he likes to go through. And so as Malpass was attacking each piece of that flow chart, he didn't have anywhere to go. So he did not really know how to have the conversation with Malpass to actually address Malpass's objections. He's only kind of trained himself in what he feels that he'll encounter with that flow chart. And that's really why the conversation didn't go anywhere.
But once you get off that flow chart, it's, Hey, Negation of P just said he loved my stuff. Keep it up. Thank you, Negation of P. High praise. Negation of P had one of the best debates I've ever seen with Ronnie. That was just goddamn awesome.
Yeah, that was the one at the end where I called him a retard and he got pissed off.
Yeah, I think he went south at the very end, actually. But he left and came back a few times. Yeah. But, I mean, Negation of P gave him everything. I mean, he's just like, look it. I'm going to capitulate everything you want. You God exists, blah, 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 whatever. He said, all I want you to do is just get us from there to here. Show me the final step.
Smart.
And Ronnie couldn't even understand that.
Dude, that's what I loved about it. And I was like, what is Ned doing? Like, what is... and he said, you know what? I don't care. I want you to show me what you have for your position. I'm going to grant you literally everything. And he kept saying it.
Yeah, he diffused the whole thing. He diffused Ronnie at the get-go. Everything Ronnie had planned to argue for, like the same thing with Alex Boughton. Everything he had planned to argue for, he just diffused right off the bat. He's like, I'm going to give you all that.
It's something so simple.
It was beautiful.
So simple. And I hadn't thought of it. No one else had because
I can't say that I thought about doing that way. But I do now. I do it all the time. I'm not going to lie. I stole that from him. I'll say all the time. I'll grant you everything you're saying. Let's assume from this and this. How do you get to there?
My own aversion to doing that is from years of dealing with like Brett Keane and his ilk, because what will happen is that once you can see to one point, you'll have an equivocation happen later on that they will try to exploit, and that's why the words like faith and belief became dirty words. It's because of those equivocations.
Yeah, and I still get people telling me don't use those words. There are a lot of people still to say, I don't really think we should use the word faith. Who was it the other day? I think it was Dr. Mays. One of them was saying, he's like, it was Dr. Mays. He's the one who teaches zoology and evolutionary biology. And he was like, yeah, Steve, I see what you're saying, and you're not wrong. He even said, you're not wrong. But I just avoid you're using words like design. Because it opens up as a Pandora box and then it leads to other things. I'm like, I get that, right? And I do understand that the intelligent design movement have hijacked that word design. But that doesn't mean I think I should be scared to use it, because I don't have a problem with the word design. I think people are designed. I think things are designed. That's what teleonomics means. And just because people are going to take it and not understand it, is that a reason to avoid it just because it may cause confusion in an argument? Or does it lend to, you know what, here's a way to explain people because they were confused? Does it open up new dialogues? I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I've found myself using the word design when I'm trying to explain evolution, and I kind of caught myself for a second, but then I remember the conversation I had with Ozzy about, you know, the atheist dirty words, and Ozzy's in the chat right now, and he'll probably co-sign on this, where, you know, he said that we should not be averse to using these words, but to qualify them instead, because if we simply just disregard these words and avoid them, then that gives theists right to then use them as they see fit. When words don't have intrinsic meanings, they have.
That's what I said, and that's what I told. That's what I told Herman.
Yeah,
and I think he understands that, but you know, I think what it is he doesn't engage with a lot of people like we do, and so he doesn't see that the need to take back these terms and not let them have these terms, because a lot of people he's like, you know what, just let them have it. I'm like, I know what, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't deal with the. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I don't.
No, hey, welcome, buddy.
Thank you. I don't deal with a lot of ID people because, as you know, I suck at science. But
we do know that actually.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm just being honest.
I'm kidding, man. Go ahead. Man.
When I personally deal with these people, I try not to use design when I'm dealing with those specific people. But like you, Steve, I have no problem actually using the word design.
Yeah, and I think if everybody learns how to explain it and qualify it, right? Yes, we accept design from a teleonomic perspective, that nature designed things. That's fine, but that doesn't imply an intelligence. That doesn't imply a deity at all. Matter of fact, it actually shows that, I hate to say it, but it actually shows that nature can do this without a deity.
Yeah, and that's what I usually say. When I bring up the word design, it'll have nature in the sentence somewhere. And what can happen is that people will try and go, well, you know, you're deifying nature. Well, no, not necessarily. I may be in a sense personifying nature, but not deifying it. You know.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, you don't have to deify nature to understand that nature does have an effect on things. Nature does, in some ways, design things, but it doesn't do it from a consciousness. It doesn't from a position where these things have to be this way. Because God wants it, or so nature wants it to. It is. They are the result of laws of the universe. That's all.
Yeah, it's all about qualifying and making sure that people can't simply just equivocate the terms that you're using, because I think knowing your audience too is another aspect. If you get the feeling that they're going to, then you just have to be there for the correction. I mean, you have to kind of wait for them to equivocate if they're going to. If they're not, they've just kind of accepted the premise, then they'll say, all right, well, we'll just continue on, and just be aware that if someone kind of does have this notion in their head that that they have to stick to their dogma, whatever it is, then it happens. It happens. It doesn't. There's really nothing you can do. Even if you avoid it, they're still going to use it.
Yeah, but it's like, sir, if I said, like, hey, drag, do you agree that the human body is a machine? Most rational people would go, yeah, it's a type of machine. It's a biological machine. Yeah. But Ronnie, if you say machine, he's going to look at you and say, oh, look at machine. Humans design machine. Therefore, human has mind. Mind implies intelligence, i.e. God. That's his reasoning.
Yeah, he doesn't understand analogous structures and analogous language. And so it's funny because how does he understand like homologs and stuff like that if he doesn't understand like analogous, phrasing? I just thought about that.
I don't know. Well, he probably doesn't like homologs if there's homo in it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't have any homologs.
Homo's trying to put logs in me.
Yeah, ain't no homo gonna be putting logs in me. No, that's more like what Antonio would be saying.
Oh God, Antonio would be lucky if anybody comes near him.
I think he's more homophobic than Ronnie.
Probably. Well, I've seen a lot of guys.
Yeah, I know he is. I've been in his hangouts many times. And he gets on me for being bisexual.
You like hitting the booty? Oh man.
Where are you on the Kinsley?
On the Kinsley
scale. On the Kinsley scale, where do you fall between 0 and 7?
Oh, me personally, I think I know what you mean. I prefer women.
So maybe a 3.
My attraction to men on a scale of 1 to 10 is about like a 3. Yeah.
All right. So he has to be like a really hot dude. No, I get that, man. There's some good-looking guys. I tell you, I am not gay, right? I've never been with a man, but I tell you what, there are some guys I'd be like, you know what? If I never turn gay, that would probably be what I'd go for. I mean, like, what's his name? John. Oh God, the guy from Arrow, John Bowerman. He plays in Doctor Who. That dude is a fine-looking dude, man. Seriously, he's gay, but he's a fine-looking dude. I'll give him props for that. I don't want to have sex with him, but I mean, he's a fine-looking man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't have a problem with that.
Mm.
You know, Drag, you're pretty cuddly too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give me some of that
to
Drag. But you know, you would be a bottom, just FYI.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, I'm a top,
You-
bitch.
No, shit, no. But get a man Drag a top, he'd kill you.
I said I'm a top, not him.
Oh, okay. But can you imagine if Drag was a top on somebody? He would just, that would,
Oh,
yeah.
he would squish him.
Yeah, that would just, you'd be dead. Yeah. I bet you, hey, Drag, if you were on top and you killed somebody, would you at least finish?
Stop.
Come on, yeah. Would you be coitus interruptus? You'd be like, oh shit. Well, might as well just finish. Yeah, so things. We see how we degrade toward the end of the hangout. We start off so strong with such awesome topics, and then it just goes to shit. You know, I got people from the. I don't know if they're listening or not. I've got some new people on Twitter. They probably have not listened to my program before, and this is probably the last time they ever will now. But whatever.
It's a little raunchy, just a little bit. This is why we need topics. This is why I need people to come in and chat. Me actually check my G+.
Negation of Pete has said because I had talked about his debate, and he just wrote in a comment. He said, "LOL, thanks to be honest, I was a little embarrassed because at the time I felt like I was kicking the crippled kid for the most of the discussion. Now, however, I see him as a disingenuous cripple, so it's not so bad anymore."
Oh, you need to show him our little bout.
That's brilliant.
Our pretend bout. How do you think that makes me feel? But you know.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my God, that's yeah. You know, it's so funny that all these very, very intelligent, educated, articulate people all seem to have the same consensus about Ronnie, and the only people that he has in his corner are people literally that I don't even know if they have their GED. And I'm not saying that you have to have a formal education to be intelligent, but I think there's something to it that you at least need to have a basic education. But even still, the people that put Ronnie on a pedestal, it doesn't really matter if they have an education or not. They don't know shit about science. They get so many things wrong that this is the people that support him. I mean, I've asked him numerous times, "Hey, Ronnie, can you find me a person with a decent education besides a young Earth creationist?" Because they're just so full of shit anyways, that, agree with you that DNA degrades in water? Like, seriously? Really? Any? Just one? Nope. Okay.
I mean, he claims that there are people with, there was like a molecular biologist? I don't remember what he said, that he was supposed to be, that agreed with him, that was supposed to be being interviewed or something, but shit.
Yeah, he said he has a group with all these PhD people, and then when I asked him, okay, well, can one of them come over and join us and, show why we're wrong? It's crickets.
192.
Yeah, I mean, he's just, you can't trust anything he says, right? I mean, he has no cred whatsoever. Literally no credibility. Hey, Ranger, have you hit your 200, by the way? Yep.
No, I'm at 122. I gotta be honest though, those responses I made to G-Man got me quite a few subs.
Well, here, shout out to Atheist Ranger. If you guys haven't subscribed to him, subscribe to him too.
Speaking of Atheist Ranger, my little brother, who is also of the homosexual variety, he loves
One in the
Power
Navy?
Rangers. No,
Oh, that's your cousin.
no, actually, no,
You
one of my
can be gay in the Navy now too, so I guess it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, can you? I thought that was just standard. I don't know if
No, it used to be
just
don't
the
ask, don't tell, but they kind of got rid of that. Well, actually, they did
Yeah.
get rid of it. So now, yeah, you can be openly gay.
No, I got one little brother. She's the second oldest. He's going into the Air Force.
Yeah, you don't. It doesn't matter anymore. You can be gay in the Navy or in any other branch. Who cares?
Oh.
But you were saying.
Oh yeah, got me off track. The new Power Rangers movie, the live action one.
Yes, I know. I cannot wait.
Oh, never watched. Oh, I got a dog underneath me.
Yeah. The only thing I'm not looking forward to, I think, the new Stephen King's It is coming out like late.
No, what?
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe that
Like,
make good. I mean, you can't fuck up the old one. Okay, you've read the book, right?
I've a long time ago.
Love the book. One of my all-time favorite books. I mean, if you guys have not read it, read it. It is fucking brilliant. The end, questionable, but it's a brilliant book. But the movie couldn't do it justice. It just couldn't do it. The book is so intricate and so big that the movie just did a hack and slash job on it. And so maybe this might be better. Do you agree?
I personally like the old movie, so I'm just going to see how bad they fuck up the original.
You like the original movie?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite horror movies.
Really? I mean, I can't say I didn't like it, but I mean, after reading, I read the book first, so maybe that kind of skewed my thing.
To me, like Tim Curry was like perfect for that.
Oh, he's Pennywise. Yeah, he's definitely Pennywise. No question about it. He played his part brilliantly. But so the problem is with the movie is if you don't read the book, the ending, and I don't want to give away the ending if anybody's ever read it, it's just really like, what the fuck? What's going on here, right?
Yeah.
So, and even the book, Stephen King really never explains it too well. What he does is he takes you on this long, intricate, winding journey, and then just kind of shits on it at the end, I think. But
speaking of horror movies, there is going to be a Jeepers Creepers 3 this year.
Oh my god, that's an old movie.
Jeepers Creepers. That thing just keeps coming back to life, and people just keep fucking killing it.
I like those two movies.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, Jeepers Creepers was good.
They were just odd. I mean, I didn't.
It was
get
loosely based on Mothman, I think.
I guess.
Loosely, very.
But that's the thing. I want lore. I love having. If you're going to give me a story and there's going to be supernatural stuff in it, I want lore. I want to know more about the antagonist. I want to know where it comes from, its powers, its limitations. I want to know its underwear size. I want to know things about it so I can kind of connect to it other than this thing exists and it's doing bad stuff.
Well, look how long it took for Alien to have lore with Prometheus.
Well, that was a bit easier because you can say, well, this thing is kind of this anthropomorphic, like parasite creature, but that's already that's kind of you can fill in the dots because it is an organism that is somewhat similar to what we see here on Earth. It's just odd. It's just a really aggressive parasite. But for a creature that regenerates and is supposedly a demon that can fly and metamorphose, that we don't really have something like that. Not a humanoid one, but I think with Alien they kind of filled in the lore as the movies kind of progress, and even when you have the people on the vessels who are like the science techs and whatnot, they uncover a little bit more about its morphology and about its breeding habits and stuff like that, throughout each of the movies. But you don't really get that with Jeepers Creepers.
Well, yeah, only had two, and yeah, they don't tell you any backstory on it. Well, the second one was a little bit more, right?
Yeah, the second one, I think on like one of its knives, it had like it showed like a picture of it being summoned.
Yeah, he only comes around every, I don't know how many decades or whatever it was, but
23 years.
Yeah. I just watched. I got bored the other night, and I couldn't find a good movie to watch. I've seen just about everything, and I watched Final Destination 5 again. Forgot how good a series that really was.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Final Destination? All of them?
No.
Most of them, yeah.
Oh, drag! Seriously, you never seen Final Destination?
I know. I've seen
like 5 of them.
Yeah, I know. I've seen after like the third one. I said, okay, that's enough. I don't even think I finished watching the third one.
Oh, I see. I like that series.
Death kills people. Death kills people. Death kills people.
Oh yeah, and Death's a bitch. He doesn't play fair on any of them. I mean, that's what the whole thing was.
It's always like some weird Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse bullshit. Like it's always something intricate way to kill somebody.
Someone recommended me a good movie. I've seen just about everything. Anything that's good. Anybody got any recommendations?
Coherence.
I've seen it. Loved it.
Arrival.
I mean, it's not on DVD yet. It has to be something on DVD.
Oh.
I've seen the Arrival 1 and 2. But yeah, Coherence. Oh my goodness, wasn't that a good movie?
It was excellent.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's even better if you read how they filmed it and then rewatch it.
They spliced it all together. I thought the ending. Okay, again, I don't want to give any spoilers away. I thought the ending could have been a little bit better. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, let me read the strange things begin to happen when a group of friends gather for a dinner party on an evening when a comet passing overhead.
It is brilliant. I mean, it's one of those movies you're like, what is going on here the entire time? And it's so well written that it actually ties everything together. But again, I think they could have taken the ending into a different direction. But that's his personal opinion. What do you think?
I don't know. I can't remember what this movie was. It was a sci-fi movie, and it dealt with this weird series of events. This one girl was brilliant. She was going to. I think she had just graduated high school, top honors, whatever. She
Johnny
was going
Darko?
to college. No, but she got drunk one night and hit a kid, and she ended up serving time. And so she never got to go to college. She never got to do the stuff that she was planning on doing, and ended up being like a waitress or whatever. She ended up meeting this guy. And this guy was some, I guess he was like an astrophysicist or something like that. Whatever. He was just distraught. He lived alone, and he needed like a housekeeper. And so she ended up being hired as his housekeeper. Plot twist. The reason why this guy is so distraught and just in a mess, and he's a housekeeper, is because he's in a deep depression from the girl hitting his child prior.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I don't know that.
And so it was the really weird stuff is that there is some type of weird astronomical event where a second Earth was found, and it was a second Earth because when they peered on the surface, it was identical to what the people on Earth saw. And so people were seeing reflections of, well, I guess you could almost say clones of themselves. And so,
I know which one you're talking about.
I don't
That's
know
the one
what the name
she's looking up at Earth, another Earth.
Yeah, is that what it's called? Another Earth?
Yeah, I think it's called Another Earth.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, it was a really interesting movie because they ended up having this, little affair or whatever, and then later he finds out that she's the one who killed her daughter. So
yeah, I think you're talking about Another Earth.
let's see.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're. I know. I'm positive that's what you're thinking of. I haven't seen it, but I know of the movie.
IMDb. This looks like it. One night discovered duplicate Earth. So yep, this is it.
Yeah,
this is it.
But what do you think about the ending of Coherence, AIG? Not to give it away again if somebody hasn't seen it, because people do need to watch that movie.
I liked it.
Okay. How about this? I'll tell you my all-time favorite time travel movie. I think that it did the best, and you probably know what it is before I even say it. What do you think my all-time favorite time travel movie was? I'll give you a big hint. It was only done on a $40,000 budget.
I don't know.
Back to the Future.
No, Primer.
Huh.
Have I seen?
I've never heard of it.
Oh my God! Have you not seen Primer? Primer is the greatest science fiction time travel movie of all time. It is so good, so well written, and it actually quantumly makes sense. And the two guys that wrote it did it on a $40,000 budget, and it became one of the most well-known time travel movies of all time because it is so freaking good, so good. Watch it. There's my recommendation to you. It's called Primer. See, I'm recommending new movies to you guys because I've seen everything. Another one, if you want to watch a really good one, if you just want to have a chick flick, write this one down. It's called Highway 60 Episodes of the Road.
Why would you watch a chick flick?
Well, it's not really a chick flick, but I mean, it's something you can watch with your wife.
No. Yeah. She watches her movie. I watch mine. I'm like, you know what? If it's stupid, I'll just get up and leave.
Right.
Like I'm
Well,
not.
some
We go
interstate
to
stuff.
movies. We go to movies that we both want to see.
I will watch. I'm telling you, watch it on your own accord. Then it's called Interstate 60 Episodes of the Road. It is fucking great.
State 60 episodes.
Interstate 60 Episodes of the Road. It's got God,
This Pee Wee Herman looking motherfucker.
No, he's a leprechaun. I'm not giving anything away. It doesn't give anything away in the first minute. But what the hell's kid's name? The guy, Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox is in this movie for like a whole 5 minutes, and it's one of the best scenes of all time.
So weird. One of the best horror movies that I've seen, and I don't like the jump scares. Are just stupid. They're so played out, and like I'm kind of tired of American horror. So I went to foreign films for horror. Now, Asian horror films, they always have this weird psychological twist to them, and that's what I find terrifying, not the fucking jump
Okay,
scare.
the best movie that was based upon a foreign version. I didn't see the foreign version, maybe I should. But the best movie ever based upon a Japanese horror movie, bar none, was The Ring.
Really?
Oh, yes. Are you kidding me? That movie was fucking brilliant. Samara, who's, by the way, is very hot. Have you seen her lately? Holy shit, did that girl age well. She's stunning. But yeah, that movie was fucking scary, dude.
You know they're making The Ring versus the other. Japanese horror film.
It's going to be The Ring against The Grudge.
The Grudge, yeah. So, yeah, they're having a duel,
Sure,
like Freddy
Michelle
versus
Gellar.
Jason.
Yeah,
So,
that would be awesome.
A really good horror movie that will mess with your mind is called Rigor Mortis.
Haven't heard of that one, I don't think.
It has.
Oh,
If you heard of it, yeah, it has martial arts. It has horror. It's a thriller. It has a psychological. I forget what you call it, but psychological aspect to it because the ending just blows your mind. Like I can usually predict the ending, but this one had no clue, and that's what I love. I love not being able to say, you know what, I figured this film out already.
Yeah, I can't. Somebody had mentioned Christopher has mentioned Human Centipede. I can't watch those movies.
I watched a little bit of that. I said, okay,
Not
well,
my genre. I don't like movies like that. I don't even like movies like Saw. One of the Saws still gives me nightmares. It's just yeah, not really into that kind of motif.
Well, it gets kind of old. I mean, I like the plot. Like the plot of Saw is actually it goes fairly.
Yeah, I don't like the graphic horror gore. I like the suspense, right? Like I like movies dealing with like demons and shit like that. But like The Exorcist, one of the greatest movies ever made. But I don't like the real graphic blood and gore, unless it's really really fake, like what is it? Ash and the Evil Dead. Ash versus Evil Dead. There you go.
have you ever seen? It's a new one. Lights Out.
No,
Oh, you should watch it. It's pretty good.
I only watch things after they get put out on DVD, so I can go find them somewhere. I don't get movies out to like 6 months afterwards. Like I'm still waiting for like Guardian of the Galaxy 2. I want to see. I haven't watched that yet.
That actually looks pretty good.
And see, I'm trying to think what other movies I can recommend. Tomorrowland. Have you seen that? That's really good.
No, see that. When you get a chance, watch Arrival. Except that, like, when when everything becomes apparent, when it's obvious the movie is ending, just shut it off. Because that one stupid line ruined the entire movie. Like
I know the line.
Oh my!
I don't want to get details on it, but I do know the line you're referring to. But I haven't seen the movie yet, so don't spoil it yet.
Oh, you want to hear awful horror movies? The entire Wrong Turn series was just awful.
Wrong Turn.
Yeah,
Have I seen that one?
I think the first one had like Elijah Dushkoff in it. That makes.
Oh, I do love Elijah Dushku. Oh, she's hot.
Yes.
Do you remember the show Dollhouse?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, it's really. You know what? I'm actually hate to say it. They canceled that series way too soon.
Yeah. I was pissed when I think when Buffy was actually on. I was pissed when they like made Faith go evil. That just pissed me off.
I like Buffy.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen Dollhouse yet, there's 2 seasons. Watch it. It's good. Like I said, they cut it off way too soon. It had a lot of more promise to it.
You know what ended too soon? Firefly.
Oh yeah, well, duh.
Kyle likes.
I had somebody tell me the other day that Firefly wasn't that interesting, and I about wanted to defriend her on that. Yeah,
If it wasn't that, they wouldn't have made Serenity.
Yeah, she didn't like that movie either. I was like, you're basically stabbing in my heart. Because that's my all-time favorite movie is Serenity.
I'm like a huge Summer Glau fan.
Oh yeah, she still looks good, doesn't she?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She was just in some movie. No, she plays. Oh man, she was just in something recently, and she also I think plays the voice of Legend of Tomorrow, doesn't she? Of the computer of Gideon. Now who is that? She's been around in a lot of stuff lately, but Legend of Tomorrow. Who plays the voice of the computer? It's not. See, it was nice to have a computer at your fingertips. We didn't have this back in the day, right?
You had to ask your uncle. Your uncle knew everything.
Yeah. I don't know who does that voice. Oh no, it was the other one. It was the other one from Firefly. Oh my God, she's even hotter than Summer. Oh my God, I am dying hot here. What was the name of the actress in Firefly? The prostitute. She's one of my favorite all-time actors. I can't remember her name. Marina Baccarin. Do you know who she is? Marina Baccarin. She played Inara.
I can't recall. I'm not.
Oh my God, this woman is one of the hottest women alive. She was also in Deadpool. She was the girlfriend in Deadpool.
Wait, no, I think I know who you're talking about now.
Seriously, one of the most just stunningly beautiful women I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
Dragnut. I'm just telling you right now in one of the chats. I think Hannah's asking you, do you have a sock account?
I do.
Yeah, I need a few minutes. Because I'm
What,
looking
G-Man
at-
doesn't
I'm looking
want
at
to
Marina.
unblock me?
I've
Really?
seen Dark Matter. I've seen the first episode. Chris personally asked me. I don't know if I'm going to get into it. So if you tell me that Dark Matter gets better, I'll continue watching the series. I watched the pilot. I was like, it's okay. But if it gets better, I'll continue to watch it. Yeah, Marina was in Stargate 1 too, by the way, Ecology. She played Arya. Yeah, but look at this woman. I mean, she is this. They don't make them any hotter than that, I don't think. Somebody asked me, Steve, what's your type for a brunette? That's it.
Her.
Her. Oh, you guys, you don't agree with me that she's just like stunningly hot? Wow, you guys really have like.
Oh, let me see. Did I have? Wait, sure. Oh, you put her in the link.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Isn't she gorgeous?
Who is her?
She played Inara on Firefly, the prostitute.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Yeah.
No, man.
She aged very well.
Very well.
Very well. Oh, yes, Lost. Christopher says, have you seen Lost Girl? Yes, every single episode. Yes, I love Lost Girl. I'm sorry that it got canceled. I mean, but it ended well. They did. I don't mind when they take a series and they actually tie up loose ends and they actually make it good. But I love Bo. Yeah, who doesn't?
I didn't. I mean, I didn't watch I think I watched like the entire first season, and then I kind of, I got busy and I couldn't. I managed to.
I'll finish it. No, it's worth watching. I watched every season. Anna Silk is gorgeous, man. She's stunning too.
Yeah, I watched the first season in its entirety. It was pretty interesting. I can't believe it got canceled. It was a decent show from what I saw.
It was a good show. Oh, yes. I really like that show. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Anna Silk, she from Law School, she's extremely... They're Canadian, go figure, right? All right, I'll check out the rest of Dark Matter. I usually binge watch. Right now, I just finished binge watching Humans.
What is that about? Aliens or robots? What is that?
Humans?
About?
No, it's about synthetic humans that basically have a code that makes them conscious.
Stop.
And so this is about the morality of making them conscious or not, and how to handle it, and their rights as synthetic beings and artificial intelligence. It's really, really well written. Dark Matter has 5 seasons. Oh, I didn't know that.
What is Dark Matter about?
It's about this. If correct me if I'm wrong, it's about this space group of people in space that wake up in space, and they don't know why they're out there. I think they're like prisoners or something.
Is it on Hulu and Netflix?
Yeah, you can. I just go to Putlocker for everything, or Couch Tuner.
All right, guys, it's getting a bit late here, so I'm going to go to bed.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. If you do decide, which I hope you do, to make a small little video to promote Ronnie and my channel, let me know how we can help you on it, and you just want to do it on your own, that's fine too. We look forward to it. Sound good?
Sure. No problem.
You're a good man. I don't care what they say about you. You're okay.
Cool.
Join us more often. We have hangouts 3 nights, 3 times a week on my channel, give or take. But the one Friday is a special guest. He's a paleontologist, and as you know, I have Dr. Ross and Rana joining us next week again. So, anyways, just drop by more often. Don't be a stranger, my friend. Okay?
Sure, no problem.
All right. Shalom.
See ya.
The fuck?
Dark Matter is Canadian Firefly. Yeah, no, I'll take your recommendation, Christopher. You're an upright guy, man. So if you say it's good, I will definitely binge watch it. It's been a while since I watched the pilot, so I'll probably watch them over again. But you got to watch something that I suggest. So if you want, I would recommend to you, Christopher, that you watch Da Vinci's Demon. Watch the first season of Da Vinci Demon. You know what? Just watch the first episode and tell me if that's not fucking awesome, and then watch them all. So watch the pilot episode of what's called Da Vinci's Demons, and let me know what you think. I think you'll really like it. It's really one of the best written shows I think I've ever seen. It has to do with Leonardo da Vinci in his youth, in a really, really not realistic world. I mean, basically, they elaborate to no end. And change the dialogue a lot, but in essence is about Leonardo da Vinci and his creations. It should be on Netflix. If not, you can find it on Putlocker or Couch Tuner. Come on, you guys computer guys. You guys know where to find everything.
I want to sit on my recliner in front of my Xbox One. That's why I watch everything.
Let me see if it's on Netflix. I'll tell you. And same recommendation for you. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Drag is to watch Da Vinci's Demons.
It's Netflix. Okay, what about Hulu?
It's on Netflix.
I need to take my father-in-law's Netflix account and put it on my Xbox.
Yeah, let me know what you think about it after you watch it. Watch it the next day or so, Christopher and Drag, and then come back to me and say, "Damn, Steve, that was really fucking good." They take a very twisted, intricate story and weave it over 3 generations of 3 seasons, and do an excellent job. They tie it up. It's just awesome. It's so worth watching.
It's 3 seasons?
Yeah, they got 3 seasons of it. And what sucked was the first season ended right on, and it's such a cliffhanger on these things, and you have to wait like a whole year for the next season on Da Vinci's Demon on Netflix. They didn't do it very quickly. These were over a period of many years, and so I got lucky that when I first discovered Da Vinci's Demons, that the second season was almost upon us, so I didn't have to wait very long. But when I watched second season, I had to wait another full year, like Doctor Who and shit, to watch the third season. So
let me check to see if it's on Hulu. I'll ask my wife.
And if you like that, I got plenty more to recommend to you.
Because I usually watch anime, but I hate how that, there's only like 1 or 2 seasons of a good anime, and then I get pissed off because I get into it, and then it's like, oh, nope, that's it.
Yeah, I hate that too.
Yeah, I think most of the
not
anime
per se, but there's only 1 or 2 seasons. Yeah.
Most of the anime I like mainstream.
Dragon Ball these.
Sherlock is a good show. I like Sherlock. I haven't watched it in a while, but I think Sherlock's a good show. Elementary is a good show. Sorry, I'm just reading the live feed. Somebody said. Doctor Who is the best, though. All right, guys, we're winding down. I'm down to like a dozen and a half views, so people are like fading away, and I'm too. I like to go eat. Anyway, so last shout out to Hannah's channel for Dragnaut and G-Man having a debate tonight. Please make it interesting, and put G in his place. So I have faith in you, my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back in Hannah's off-air. Well, the off-air hangout to the actual debate. Here, I'm going to link. It's about half an hour, folks. You can go ahead and start piling in there. Just keep the window open. I put the link in the side chat, outside chat.
It's going to be a new feed, though. It's going to start on Hannah's channel, right?
It's already up. It's
she's already okay.
It's doing a countdown.
Posted it. All right, so let me see what it says here. G-Man and Dragnaut live charity debate 12/14. Charity debate for Gus Bellinger. Blah blah blah. Okay. He's already got 9 votes up and 3 votes down.
Isaac, a fucking shout out for fuck's sake.
How does it have 3 votes down already?
I don't know.
What the hell's wrong with people?
Probably G-Man followers.
Let's say that no one's even said anything yet.
Yeah.
Give it an opportunity.
Yeah, 9 likes, 3 dislikes.
There's 2 different.
Our nation said juice. Fucking A. He's such a cock.
There we go. That's why.
Did you find it? Did you find the thing, Christopher? Yeah, just start it off. I mean, watch the first 15 minutes and you'll know instantly if you like it or not. I loved it from the first few minutes I started watching it. It was just fucking funny and awesome and good. So, Christopher, message me after you watch at least like the first 30 minutes of it and tell me if this is something you think you're gonna like.
Or Christopher could come in and explain, give me a short summation of his discussion with what's his face?
C. Brown.
C. Brown, yeah, because I've gotten through half of it and then I had to go do something. I forgot about it.
I'll get. Yeah, well, C. Brown. Damn, I don't even want to bother with him. It got me excited for nothing. Because he was like, "Oh, I know about polonium halos." I'm like, "Oh shit!" Christopher's like, "Fuck, I'll moderate this." Hey, Steve, do you want to have a live discussion about polonium halos with fucking C. Brown? I was like, "Yes, yes, I do. I would love this." I mean, there's one thing I've read up on a lot with it was polonium halos. So yeah, I'll be happy to. And he just was like, "No, I'm just kidding, fucker." Let me put this in the live feed here. This is Da Vinci's Demons streaming from Couch Tuner. It's just being really slow. There we go. Here we go. All the episodes and all the seasons you can find. Just use a good ad blocker because there's a lot of pop-ups. But anyways, guys, I'm ending the feed. Thank you for joining me tonight. Any new viewers that haven't been with us before, this is kind of a little atypical format because I think it kind of didn't have a great topic. But sub to me anyway. Sub to Atheist Ranger. Let's get him to over 200. Sub to Drag. I don't know what he does on his channel, but it's good. No, he does a lot of experimentation and bashing on true empiricism and other people that deserve it. So, anyways, I'm ending the feed. Go watch this debate with G-Men tonight, and we'll all see you later.